locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at Jaguars.com/shadows. One winner a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase to enter or win, must be 18 or older and a legal resident of Florida or Georgia. Promotion period 9/5/23 through 12/15/23. For official rules and complete details, visit Jaguars.com. Sponsored by Jacksonville Jaguars, LLC.
It is Raymond and Austin on All-Star Sports Radio. Our sportsbook and casino sponsor, BetUS.com, is celebrating their 30th year. You can't miss offer. 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets.
It's called Bet Protect, and you can only get it from BetUS.com. An awesome offer for this season's wild plays.
Nice, like that infamous tuck rule back in 2002.
Tuck rule, worst call in sports.
Man, you're like the old lady in the Titanic. It's been 21 years.
Hey, I'll be king of the world with Bet Protect. It's like having 30 get out of any tuck rule shenanigans in my back pocket.
But your back pocket is usually empty, bro.
Keep your shoulder pads on. Is there anything else about BetUS you haven't told me?
The less you know, the better. BetUS has live in-game betting, a 200% crypto sign-up bonus, and online casino for some blackjack.
You've been holding back.
Anyway, folks, get Bet Protect this football season. Visit BetUS.com for the industry's biggest 125% sign-up bonus and up to 30 risk-free bets. Or give them a call at 1-800-MY-BET-US to get started.
Pre-Game Friday is brought to you by MyBookie
and Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jags defense held strong to secure the first victory in the Superdome in Jags franchise history. Coach Doug Peterson spoke after the game about the Jags' outstanding performance so far this season.
Defense has been playing outstanding all season long, and they played great again tonight. It's rare that you're on the negative side of the turnover margin and still win the football game, but to hold them to field goals early and it was big. The guys came ready to play. Mike had a great plan.
Coach Doug Peterson. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hands it to Etienne, lowers his shoulder, into the end zone, touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown run by Travis Etienne. They toss it to the left to Etienne, he's got some running room, 15, 10, 5, toward the pylon, touchdown! Travis Etienne scores again! Checks it down underneath, that's a crossing route to Christian Kirk, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, Christian Kirk to the goal line! Touchdown Jacksonville! A crossing route to Christian Kirk! And the Jags have retaken the lead. Duval! Big dog, let's go! Hey, man, we're here and we're here to stay. It's still the Jags.
Never gets old. This does not get old, man. Right? Winning is contagious. Winning is contagious. When you get it in your blood, there's something about it. Right? It makes you want to do just a little bit more. Okay? And we saw it at the end of this football game. Right? Offense, boom, you got the touchdown. Defense, you got the stop. Special teams, we got the fourth down play. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and
hold my pocket,
Dylan Denmark.
And the congregation said, Duval! Happy Victory Friday, everybody. How about it? Tommy Mack is in the house.
Man, on a victory day.
Woo! Tony Smith will sleep when we're dead, brother. Come on now. Who needs sleep when your team's 5-2?
Yeah, I was just thinking as we were getting ready to get the show started, these fans, it was so much fun watching Duval show up there in New Orleans last night, right? The BCB putting together that whole thing. Yeah. Unbelievable. The turnout for the Jaguars fans down there on Bourbon Street for the last couple of days, but you could hear them loud and proud in that stadium. And I think about, they've been putting those things together for a while now. This isn't the first road trip for the BCB to one of these spots, right? But to watch this fan base be reminded how much fun football can be, right? When your team just wins when they can win, like these kind of things. 5-2. They were 1-2 a month ago, Tommy, and people were like, is this season going to just go down the drain? Like, is it just circling the drain right now after that Houston loss? A month later, 5-2.
Unbelievable.
Right? Can we get one more in before we get to the bye week with that road trip to Pittsburgh? Unbelievable.
Yeah,
the last
they
4 weeks.
listen, they're going to get a nice time off this weekend. Maybe not show up till Wednesday, come in for treatment, that type of thing. But, yeah, the fans, you guys rock. What a great showing all throughout the week, like you said. Seeing it on social media. You guys were packing the streets. You were loud in the stadium. And I'll tell you what, from a player's perspective, when you're on the road and you see a big contingent of fans, your fans, that just makes you feel so freaking good, and then you go over there and thank them for coming, and just an awesome, awesome thing. So, hey, they got the job done. A great win on national TV. We were showcased on national TV.
Well, national streaming platform.
Well, that's true.
The only game being played.
But
whatever. You know what I'm saying.
I can't critique Al Michaels and how much he sounded like he wanted to go to sleep last night because we listened to the Jaguar radio broadcast. Like we watched the TV copy. So, people are you got to kill Al Michaels today. I believe you. Trust me, I believe you.
After that playoff game effort.
Right. He sounds like he's sleepwalking through it. And apparently on the Christian Kirk touchdown, he's like, and he steps out of bounds at the 1 or whatever. And then like a few seconds later, he's like, they're giving him the touchdown or something. Man. It's like, that was never in question.
Listen,
like, look at the play.
Like they did him a favor by calling it a touchdown. What are you talking about?
Well, I guess they're going to just give it to him at that point. Like, that seemed like that might be kind of a dramatic moment in the football game.
I tell you what, that was that a 6th gear or 7th gear that he turned
it
on
to. He said after
to.
the game, never ran as fast as he did in his life on that play.
Might have to give him a nickname. You know what I mean? That was but he turned that corner. You're like, shoo, woo. Off he went. That was beautiful.
Pockets,
beautiful.
How are you? Everything good?
Oh, we are good, man.
What do we got tonight?
We got West Nassau. We got Redneck Football up in Callahan.
Baldwin, West Nassau.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right.
That's awesome.
All right. Tony Smith, what do we got?
Bowles has the bye this
bye
week
for Tommy Mack. No football for you tonight, right?
No football, no band either tomorrow night.
Bods.
My guitarist got sick, so we had to cancel our show tomorrow.
You're rocking
night.
the BC shirt today.
I am, yeah.
Who's BC got this weekend?
They got Georgia Tech. Me and Mike Cheever have been battling.
Slayer of Hurricanes.
We're going after it, yeah, man.
All right, well, Pockets, you got to take a note from your South American counterpart.
Okay,
right?
What's that?
Cristiano has sent us a good statistic this morning. Tony and I were discussing before the show. Cristiano sent this to us via Twitter DM from an outfit called OptiStats. I'd never heard of them, right? But I'm sure this is verifiable, right? So, we know what, Trevor's quarterback ratings have been. You can look those up game by game, right?
Yeah.
So, in the last 19 days, Trevor Lawrence has won at 4 different stadiums, right? Wembley, Tottenham, Everbank, the Superdome. His quarterback ratings have been 105.8, 102.9 FM.
I know.
Right?
That's what I'm thinking.
91.1. So apparently the Jacksonville itself brings out the worst in him. And then 100.4 last night, at least according to the ones that they've got up here.
Yep.
One other quarterback in the history of the league has won at 4 different stadiums in 20 days and had a 90-plus passer rating in each of them, and that's multiple-time MVP Aaron Rodgers. So
wow.
There you go.
Wow, yeah.
It's kind of an oddity because how many people play in 4 different stadiums 4 times in 20 days, right? You got to have the circumstances. It's probably a small group, but still pretty impressive.
Was Aaron Rodgers 4-0? Because our guy was.
I don't know, but he had to hit a good quarterback rating, Tony. That's what
I tell you what, man, the way he ran last night, it was like Forrest Gump coming out of those knee braces. You know what I'm saying?
That
it
is
was like,
such a good visual, right?
No, I know.
That really is.
Hey, if you can run straight, just run straight.
Trevor's
and go.
kind of like coming off the school bus, and here he comes. And he's like clippity-cloppity, and then
ching, they're falling off, and next thing you know, he's gone.
In all seriousness, by the first one, you're like, slide, all right, get down.
No.
And then you're like, okay, he's not going to hesitate. He's going to take off. If you didn't know Trevor was hurt coming in, you'd not have known by the way he played last night, and that was good. Good for him that he was able to tough it out and go. And I picked them to win either way, but who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, and I think, hearing Tony Baselli on this morning with the drill, reacting to the game already, and it's interesting coming from a lineman, right?
Yeah.
When your quarterback is trying to play through something like that, and just what it does to potentially inspire a team. Tommy, you got to play with Mark Burnell. Obviously, he's on the offensive side. You're on the defensive side. But when he was doing what he was doing, right, when there were those games where you're like, this guy's hurt and he's playing for us, right? When you saw that kind of thing happening, what are the emotions of a player when your quarterback's putting that work in?
Oh, man, you want to go kill for him. Yeah, I mean, not literally, but, you want
Maybe.
It depends who we're talking about. No, but he's like, look, especially if you're older than him, he's like your younger brother, man. Nobody touches younger brother. It makes you look. I always say, like, when your quarterback will take the hits and make the throws, that makes you love him like way more than if he didn't, right? Mm-hmm. And then if he plays hurt, now you're adding even more to it. And then if he plays hurt and making plays,
well, all right.
Now you're like, all right, this kid's gold. He's gold, and we got to protect him as best we can. It's awesome.
It is a fascinating
Makes it feel so good.
Dynamic, Tom. We thought Trevor would lead the way this year. The offense would carry this team to wherever they were going to go.
Yeah.
And we hoped the defense could catch up. It has not been the case. That defense, said it at halftime, the one worry I had was the time of possession in the first half, right?
Yeah.
That the Jags needed to get them off the field in the third quarter and sustain some drives, and they didn't really do it. And so they were way underwater in terms of time of possession, and you could tell. I mean, these guys were sucking wind in the fourth quarter.
You know what's crazy too is they did great on third down, but the Saints had success on fourth down. Like they were 4 of 6 on fourth down, so that'll drain you. You know what I mean? Like you get them to fourth down,
fight.
Right?
They were 3 of 18 on third down.
Yeah, I know.
That is absurdly good.
Yeah, that's 33.33%, Mike, and that is fantastic. That's
33.
Exactly.
It's half of that.
Yeah,
it's 3 out of 18, 1 out of 6.
1 out of 6.
Yes,
you're right.
They were 1 out of 6
what am I
on
thinking?
third down last
And maybe
night.
I'll go back and take a
Smarty
look at it,
pants.
but it does feel like so many of those were 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, like really favorable situations for an offense, which is why they were going for it as much as they were on fourth down, because on 3rd and 4, they're getting stopped the yard short over and over.
They were flying to the ball, even when they were dinking and donking. I mean, the tackling in open field was great. Guys flying, hitting, being physical. I mean, it was great. It was an all out. I really, I tell you, other than getting off the field, which is tough. I mean, that one play was 16 plays. Do you know what that does to a guy?
Right.
Oh, my gosh. And then you got to go back out there, like if you don't get a lot of rest after that.
Well, you know what, Tom, though? If you
you.
roll in those fourth downs, right, you're 7 out of 24. Getting them off the field on 3rd and 4th combined.
Phenomenal.
And when you get those extra reps, they gave up a few conversions in that scenario. But that stat, the 3 of 18 and the 0 quarterback hits last night for the New Orleans Saints. Did not hit Trevor Lawrence last night. Was
job.
A great job by the line.
Yep.
Good job by Press Taylor, I think, putting Trevor in favorable play calls, and a good job by Trevor that when the pressure came around, he didn't hesitate, and boom, leading rusher for the Jags, almost the leading rusher in the entire game.
I know, what a weapon. We've been calling for that for a long time, right? And he's been doing it. I call it Trevor ball, man, when he just takes up. It's such a weapon, and he surprises you because you're thinking this 6'6" lanky kind of guy isn't going to be able to move that fast, but he moves really fast, and man, and he's not afraid either. I love the kid. I think he's man. It's exciting time. I mean, you're 5-2. You know what that does to your locker room, man? It's just, and you got the weekend off. Oh boy, they better watch those private charters to Miami. Is all I'm saying.
You know that was the thing. I heard the guys talk about. Tony and Jeff as the game wrapped up. Like these guys and Doug in the post game. Saying these guys have to be smart, live in the training room for the next few days, really recuperate. And I'm thinking, man, if this
on Monday,
we'll see, right? Because for sure, if this were 2017, I'd be worried about what's coming out in the next few days.
Need a bunch of Tyler Shatleys who, talking to Bucky Brooks after the game, was like, what are you going to do for the next? He's like, hopefully sleep.
Play with the kids.
Play with the kids. That's going to wear me out, but that'll be fun. Like that kind of thing. Hopefully you got 53 of those.
I think you got a lot of that.
You got some of that.
Team. Yeah, you saw that.
You do. You'll have your single guy. Who knows? They may not go anywhere, but I think
just
today's
be
day
smart
and age,
about it.
Look, even if you travel, you can still take care of your body. Even if you go out and have some fun, you just got to make sure that you recuperate and take care of yourself, not go too crazy.
Yep.
That's all. And be home. Get home like Sunday night or, something like that.
Well, we've got a lot to discuss today with all of you out there in Jaguar fandom. As we came on a little bit early today, we'll go to a normal time at noon on a Victory Friday, the rare, fresh Victory Friday. You don't get many opportunities for them.
I don't ever remember having one.
I would probably have had, I'm sure, a Thursday night win along the way, but not too many of them. Yeah, with you, I bet.
With
over
me
the last
on
few
the
years,
air?
sure.
All right.
I would think so.
Okay. I'll
but
take your word for it.
Who cares? Because we got one last night.
We got one last night.
We got 4 in a row.
Big.
4 different stadiums.
Listen, and
4 wins.
and the travel to London, there, getting there, acclimated, coming home, getting acclimated, not being
Short
flat. Were we going to be flat again? They weren't flat at all. They were so fired up to play. I'll tell you one thing. I said it to Tony. I said, when I was watching the game last night, I was sitting there watching that defense. I'm like, you know what? They're almost dangerous. This team, with a defense that can play like that and get after. I mean, Josh Allen, Foye, all those, man, they just.
Josh had some great rushes last night that just won't show up on the stat sheet.
I swear he's getting better and better.
The one where Carr at the
better.
last second, like he had an eye in the back of his head, just kind of moved the ball. Yeah. That was on that game, ultimately game-winning drive for the Jags defense, right? And Allen almost came in with a strip sack and ended it right there.
Yeah.
At least, the Jags were able to recover. But, hey, look, they got the win.
Yeah.
No major injury setbacks. It didn't appear you survived without your top corner, your top offensive lineman, one of your top weapons in the red zone in Zay Jones. I mean,
look out, it's still coming.
And Brandon Sheriff played hurt, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Right? They neutralized that front for the New Orleans Saints.
I tell you what, hats off to Monteric Brown, too, man. He did a good job.
Absolutely.
He did a good job. That's
a lot of game balls to give out today.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, that guy, we were like, they're going to pick on him all night, and they tried.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah.
Look, he was in coverage on the Michael Thomas touchdown.
That was a great catch.
Great throw and catch.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a phenomenal throw and an amazing catch, and sometimes you get beat.
And I heard what you said last night about Carr. I was on my way home. What you said about, I know a lot of people don't think he's clutch, but he was pretty clutch last.
You could talk about the defense wearing down, but my man was in serious pain.
Was it nut shots? Or
we think it was a groin injury, but
it looked like Gotch just punched him right in the Johnny.
That second one was like, oh.
Yeah. And I thought Gotch just got him on purpose, almost like when he was trying to bring him down, like whack.
Like that would have been on Tom's keys to victory.
Keys to victory, right. But even the throw to Moreau was pretty good. The kid, too bad, for them, not for us. But
boffed it.
Yeah.
Should have. And look, I'm glad they lost. Don't get me wrong. And I don't care if Derek Carr goes over. I have no stake in Derek Carr.
No, not at all.
But I thought.
But I heard you say that, and I think that too. I was like, I don't think he's clutch, but he came back pretty good.
Right. He doesn't have that reputation, but he's played a lot of football, and in that moment, he put him in good position. And but I think the way he was a little gimpy, they had all that momentum. If they score that touchdown, I would have been petrified they're going for 2 and going to make it at that point in time. That's
Great
really
game.
what I thought. So huge play to keep him out of the end zone and not give him that opportunity.
Great job.
All right, Jaguar fans, Victory Friday is here.
Yeah,
Jags mini bye week, so you get Sunday to do whatever the heck you like. Maybe you rewatch this one if you want to. I don't know what you're going to do, but let's talk about it today. What is your reaction? That's a Chad and Sandy Real Estate question of the day, as it is every day after the Jags play. What is your reaction, in this case, to the Jaguars' 31-24 win over the New Orleans Saints last night? Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark here with you. Happy Victory Friday. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go.
I know our man's going to come through. He's going to come through and make some big-time plays.
Catch the play that changed the game.
Wow! A game-changing play.
Performance Painting presents the high-performance play of the game on 1010XL. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Attention car buyers, are you in the market for a new vehicle? Are you noticing the markups on vehicles on dealers' lots? Well, come to Key Buick GMC, where we never have markups on our vehicles. Ask for Derek or Brian. In addition, Key Buick GMC is the only Buick GMC dealer with a lifetime powertrain warranty on all new Buicks and GMCs. Holidays are approaching, and we are your local service headquarters. That's Key Buick GMC. We are professional grade across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate.
Welcome to Otterson Wealth Advisors of Raymond James, where our team is not just a team, it's a vast resource of financial knowledge, with each member bringing their unique expertise to your financial success.
Meet Patty Otterson, Senior Vice President of Investments, a Wharton Business School SEMA certified, and our guiding light with over 40 years of experience, leading you with unwavering insight and wisdom. Ready to begin to your journey? Visit OttersonAdvisors.com. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. Raymond James Associates, Inc., member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Mia here, and my friends at Brackish Vodka have some exciting news. They've just introduced 2 incredible new flavors that are sure to elevate your experience. Get ready to meet espresso and elderflower. If you're looking for something a bit more floral with a hint of honey, like St. Germain but with a vodka twist, then elderflower is your go-to choice. It's elegance in a bottle, a sip of sophistication. Drink like a local and drink Brackish Vodka, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, Director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 2nd.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey guys, Hicken here. Listen, I want to talk about Bueller Air. Bueller, you stay cooler with Bueller. Still locally owned, still treating their growing customer base like they're part of the family. Google them if you don't believe me. Buehler Air. You won't find a better rated air conditioning company in town. You want to know why? I know, because I use them. I've used them to install units. I've used them to take care of units. They're great. They're courteous, and they keep my air conditioning running beautifully, which is a good thing in Jacksonville, FLA. So do yourself a favor and stay cooler with Bueller.
You already know who it is, your main man, player partner, ET. And when your money is on the line, do it with a trusted sports book that gives you the tools to win, like MyBookie. At MyBookie, it doesn't matter if your team is up, down, left, or right. You can cash out and bet the big games live to come out on the winning side. Use MyBookie for daily odds boosts, same-game parlays, and take advantage of the huge prize pool contest. Every single sack, fumble, and touchdown is another chance to hit a payday. This is a big football weekend. You got them Dukies showing plenty of life this year, pulling up to Florida State, and a profitable Sunday slate of NFL games. Then it all comes together with Sunday Night Football when them Giants match up with the Buffalo Bills. To get started, go to mybookie.ag, and on your first deposit, use promo code 1010XL to grab a deposit match up to $1,000. Or try the MyBookie Money Bag to grab a potential Super Bowl frontrunner at a long shot odds. Remember, that's promo code 1010XL for a deposit up to $1,000. Sign up today. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere at MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Are you tired of overpaying for tires? Well, cruise into Tire Outlet for the best selection, best quality, and best prices on the tires you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust to perform great service at a great price. Our expert technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to keep your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Tire Outlet.
This is Hayes Carline for Island Wing Company, located on Southside near Tinseltown, and our new location at Bartram Park in St. Johns County. 2 great locations offering the ultimate sports bar experience where you can stick to healthy options. Island Wing Company has a wide selection of fryer-free food. The wings are baked, not fried, with so many awesome flavors to choose from. You can also get delicious salmon, tuna, flatbreads, and tacos. With tons of spectacular TVs, dog-friendly patios, and 2 daily happy hours, Island Wings can't be beat.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Are you afraid to buy your next car? Well, have no fear, because Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet offer Beaver's not-so-scary pricing. There's no monsters popping up in your rearview mirror with Beaver's peace of mind warranties. Check out thousands of vehicles for sale online and get answers to all your questions with no tricks and all the treats. I promise our team will take away all those fears. Just come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for Beaver's not-so-scary pricing.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Everbank. FSU quarterback Jordan Travis isn't satisfied with the Noles 6-0 start and looks to improve.
I'm a competitor at the end of the day. When we walk out of the quarterback room, I want to be the first guy that walks out. It's like everything's a competition for me.
Florida basketball head coach Todd Golden says growing the program means retaining players.
I think it's really, really important. And I think the key to that also is you have to get your program to a spot where you want to retain everybody and make sure that those guys are on board with what you're doing.
With 3 weeks left until the season ends, Jacksonville area teams are fighting for position in the high school football playoff race. Atlantic Coast is at Rains. Both teams are coming off important victories. Ribault at White has possible at-large implications in Class 2S. Get the high school football rundown this evening at 10 on the Friday Night Lights scoreboard on 1010XL. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:04, it's 68 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my
Mac in the middle. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Oh, they're getting them. You have it, these victories around these parts. 4 in a row for the Jags.
Oh, man.
I mean, we're all going to feel like they're going to roll into Pittsburgh and stomp that Steeler behind, but we'll worry about that then.
We'll
That's
worry about
way
that
down the
next.
line
Oh,
at this
man,
point.
It's like next year.
It feels like a long way off in the distance.
Yeah.
And then you got to wonder if San Fran wins their next 2 and the Jags win that game, are we going to find out on the Monday after the Pittsburgh game that the Jags are getting flexed to Sunday Night Football coming off their bye? I mean, it's a distinct possibility.
It should. I mean, come on. That's
San Fran would, if they win their next 2, will be a one-loss team, arguably the best in the league. Jags would be on a 5-game winning streak, 2-loss team. Nobody has more than 5 wins in the NFL right now.
Right.
Jags have 5.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Like Tony was saying earlier, it's amazing. Like a month ago, they were 1-2. It's like, what the hell?
That's all credit to them, man, for turning the narrative around.
I gave him a little grief. Like I remember hearing, before they go to London, it's a good time to get away. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's week 4. What do you mean get away? We just got started. But maybe they were right, because they did since then, man. They've been playing better and better and better football. So. It's good. And look, I know people out there, there were moments in last night's game you're like, what's going on, right? The offense lagged a little bit.
No doubt.
In the second half, you're kind of like, well, I don't know what's
More than
happening.
a little.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean, at halftime, they were almost to their yardage total from the week before in its entirety. Right? Like less than 10 yards away from it. And then the Saints just flew past them in the second half. They did. And that's, again, I attribute that more to the offense, as we said, unable to sustain things.
Yeah.
Defense going right. I mean, the defense and poor defense. We're just watching a replay of Foye Oluokun with the pick 6.
Play.
And the only negative to that is you stay right there back on the field. You know what I mean? And but hey, we'll take the points always.
Yeah.
And
our offense wasn't good on third down last night, and that hurts.
That's been generally the case most games this year. So
absolutely.
Who would have thought? Again, that the Jags would be more carried to victory by the defense than the offense at this point in the season.
Nobody.
And, it's played that way. Hey, and
Nobody.
by the way,
It's all good, though.
How about a little game ball for Dwan Smoot, man?
Oh, yeah.
Came back with getting his sack and,
Yep.
only one of the game last night.
Yep.
And so happy for him as
Great
well.
play. Yeah, absolutely. What a great feeling that must be.
All right, it is a Reaction Friday, Victory Friday. So get on board. We got them loaded up and ready to go here. I started a little bit early today. Oh, they're ready, man. We started early today. So if you tuned in right at 10, and we're unaware, we're coming on early. Pockets did put together a nice new open, highlighting some of the things that went down last night. We'll play that again to open up the second hour of the show. No matter what, Tom.
Love it.
That's all we do.
That's right.
Let's get Wells to lead things off this morning. Good morning, Wells. You're on Jaguars Today.
Good morning, boys.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm doing good. I'm just out here working. I just want to come out here and say one thing. I can tell the culture is changing in Jacksonville because last year, early in the year, and the years before, we lose bad games, man. We can play mistake-full football, turn the ball over like 2 or 3 times we did last night. And when it came down to the nitty-gritty and we had absolutely no momentum, we came back and won the game. That's just the sign of a good team. And props to the defensive back, number 30, Brown, came off the bench, made the big play, and won the game.
There you go. Monteric Brown, had a nice game for himself, and thank you, Wells. He's right about that. I mean,
it's a mark of a good team.
What else is the mark of this team getting better, Tone, is the general dissatisfaction we have with an offense that keeps pumping out 30-plus point games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's reason, because we know they can be better in certain areas. So it's not like we're saying, oh, this is terrible that they're scoring 30. They scored 37 last week, 31 last night.
Yep.
But, I mean, for years we're like, oh, if we could just average 22 or 23 points
Can we get a game where they score 30?
Right. Like everybody else does it occasionally.
It
Why
felt
can't
like
we
we
do
did that for like 7 years. It was like, can they score 30 in a week every now and then? That would be nice. That's kind of the direction the NFL is going. And, Tommy, we were talking about it before the show this morning, right?
Yep.
It feels to me, watching a game like that last night where you have the Kirk fumble and then you have the fumble on the punt return, right?
Yeah.
Like, those things are happening. We've all seen enough Jaguars football to be like, uh-oh, right? Like, the alarm bells start going off.
Yeah.
When you have
Like,
nights
here we
like
go
that,
again, right.
This team is good enough right now that with all of that going on, they still find a way to win. And, look, granted, Moreau dropped the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about that.
Right.
He dropped the ball in the end zone. That's the Saints' problem having to deal with this week. We've all done plenty of those weeks, too, where we're like, well, if we had just made that one play that was there to be made, we wouldn't be talking about it this way. Well, you didn't.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the bottom line. The Jags are finding ways right now. And the way I think about it, one of these weeks they're going to play 2 halves of football.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to be in big trouble.
Beat that A is what's going to happen.
What do you I mean, I'm trying to think, like, what do you attribute it to, right? I mean, here you are, you have a great first half. You think you come out and you step on their necks and keep going, but you have a lag. Is it play calling?
Well, you wonder. Somebody made the point. I wonder if, Press Taylor, how much is he scripting out the opening of the game?
Yeah.
And it's helping him get off to a good start. And then, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a fair question.
What is it? Are we trying to force things? Are we all of a sudden we can't open
know.
holes?
I didn't feel like they were trying to. Clearly, they weren't forcing it. Like, Ridley didn't have a target in the first half.
Yeah.
Right? And I think Trevor was taking what was there.
Yeah.
But they did. They came out so quick, moved boom, boom, boom down the field. And
It's weird when you take it as the last year instead of the last 6 games, because the last half of last season, it was the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Could they start a game?
Right.
And then the second half, it was like they're hell on wheels.
Yeah,
in the second half of every one of those games. And then the first half, you're like, come on, somebody, 1 week, and we just get it started quick. This year, they're getting started pretty quick. In the second half, where'd it go?
Well, you know what's going to be great? Hopefully, down the road this season, we're talking about, now the offense is fully clicking, and our defense has set such a foundation, is making plays and playing great, that they're going to be dangerous. That's when you become a dangerous team.
What an addition Danielle Hunter has been. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that.
Hey, why not?
How about that,
You're
Brian
in the driver's
Burns, right?
They
Do it,
had,
baby.
you think about last night, they had 7 quarterback hits last night. Can you imagine Danielle Hunter running on the opposite side of Josh Allen last night?
No.
Holy
honestly, the way they
in.
played this year, they'd be probably the best pass rushing duo in the league.
man.
Probably.
I mean, sacks-wise, they probably are. I mean, just numbers-wise.
Just the 2 of them, yeah.
Right. If I guess T.J. Watt has 8, so you could put Watt and Danielle Hunter together. But out of plausible scenarios, that
Watt
would be
doesn't have a running
pretty
mate with
amazing.
7.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Correct.
Right.
And neither does Josh at the moment.
No.
But that's why
he's playing some great
we're
ball.
hoping. Let's get Sam and Nocatee next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Sam.
Hey, guys. Just two things. So I threw my Jags hat away after the Houston game, and then needless to say, I bought a new one. So I'm looking good again. Also, the other caller kind of stole my thunder. I just think that it's pretty cool that we're winning games and we don't look 100%. The Chiefs do that. I mean, they just seem to win, and it just feels like we just pull it out like always. I mean, we didn't look terrible, but it wasn't our best offensive game, like you guys said, but we still won. So I think it's pretty cool. That's it.
Absolutely. Hey, bro, we appreciate the call, man.
It was a bad hat and needed to go. You made a good call.
I guess, right?
Listen, as far as the offense, I look, it's funny. So, you notice the lag, but I don't notice it right away. It's almost like you're midway through that third quarter or even more, and you're like, wait a minute, they really haven't done anything on offense. You know what I mean? It's kind of – but then they turn it on. Then they find a way to make play. You know what I mean? And they've done that. So – I don't want to sit here and say it was a bad offensive performance. I don't think it was, but there was a lag in that game that you got to make sure that you don't have. You can shorten it up. Look, every offense is going to have 3 and outs. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to happen, but you don't want it to last for as long as maybe.
As skilled as they are on that side of the ball, when they have back-to-back drives that end in 3 and outs, it's like, well, what's going on? Right? Like
our expectations.
That's
how dare you have back-to-back?
It feels like they have the personnel on that side of the ball. That kind of thing shouldn't happen to them.
No, right.
And at times in games, even when they're winning big, they're having back-to-back drives where just nothing's clicking for whatever reason on that side of the ball.
Well, to the caller's point there, with Kansas City, last 3 games for the Chiefs, they beat the Jets by 3, they beat the Vikings by 7, and then they beat Denver at home. Now, Kansas City by 11.
Yep.
But 19-8, what's going on with their offense?
No, you're right.
Sure but
you're right.
Does anybody really care? You're like, they'll be fine, right?
Yep.
They've
earned the credit.
They're right, and they've earned it. But I think
the
if
Jags
you're really
are
looking at how they're
yeah.
playing, they're not playing at this greatly higher level than Jacksonville is right now. But they do have the head-to-head win against them, so good for them. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC at the moment.
Andy Reid went for what's his name, Hardiman. Right?
Yeah,
Didn't
Hardman,
they trade back for him?
They did.
Yeah, so maybe he'll add something to it. I don't know. But you're right. Good point.
It's a very good move for them because he knows he can step right in and play this week and not miss a beat. Not like he's ever really been great. But
he's a nice component to have.
I mean, you get the ball in his hands in a little bit of space, and he's dangerous. All right. We got to take a time out here. Be patient with us. I promise we'll get to you as you come in the order you come in here at 641-1010. Don't forget, you can hit us up on social media today, as always, at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Hold my pocket.
And the question of the day, simply asking you, what is your reaction to the Jags' 31-24 win over the New Orleans Saints last night? This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Underdog Fantasy. Your week's already off to a good start, Jag fans, right? So the rest of the league, well, you can just focus in on those individual players and how much money they might be bringing your way. Underdog Fantasy has a pick'em game that's so easy to play and so fun that you're going to want to get on board every NFL weekend this year. Just pick between 2 to 5 players, select whether they go higher or lower on one of their projected stats, then spend game day watching football. That's what you do. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single game by going 5 for 5. And here's the beauty of it. You can play with some of Underdog's money. If you are new to Underdog, go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their easy-to-use mobile app and sign up with promo code 1010XL, and Underdog will match your first deposit all the way up to $500. You deposit $500, you're going to have $1,000 in your account, courtesy of my friends at Underdog Fantasy. That deal will not last forever, so remember to use promo code 1010XL when you sign up. You do have to be 18 or older and present in a state like Florida where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. 1010XL is your home for play-by-play on Bishop Kenny football.
I'm Coach Krause of the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. We're on the road on Friday night at Middleburg. You can catch all the action on 92.5 FM.
Are you searching for your next great ride? Then I've got great news for you. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned has just announced an unbeatable inventory of over 500 used vehicles all in one place. I'm talking cars under $18K, over 200 SUVs, and more than 100 pickup trucks. Even better, right now, get no payments until January 2024. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Visit arlingtontoyota.com/offer for full details.
Tired of playing defense against your old AC system? Then it's time for a game-changing solution with Bolt City Heating and Air. Their NATE certified techs can tackle the most challenging AC issues. And local family ownership means Bolt City AC can provide fast premium service with a more competitive price. This month, they're offering 0% financing on a new Carrier system with payments starting at just $110 a month. So be cool, be bold, and visit BoltCityAC.com.
All right, Jeff, all I need you to say is, hi, I'm Jeff Lagerman, and me and everybody I played professional football with thinks Shark Coatings is the best.
I'm not going to do that.
You can't. What will you say?
Well, I mean, look, the floor is durable, it's easy to clean, it looks fantastic. It's the second time I've used it. What more do I need to say?
I mean, that works too, I guess.
Okay. Can you step off the ladder?
No one's going to know.
Trust me, they'll know. You're not as tall as I. Thanks.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting, prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting! When you hear that phone ring on 1010XL, hello, we're bringing you another great guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Where's the phone? Over there.
Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line on 1010XL.
Everyone's broken a phone, but not just anybody can fix one. Don't trust your phone to a fly-by-night shop. And don't try to fix it yourself. Let the experts at Batteries Plus keep you connected by replacing your screen, repairing your phone, or replacing the battery for you. Walk in anytime or make an appointment at batteriesplus.com and save $10. Trust the experts at Batteries Plus.
Jacksonville's building a fence along the goal line. This is the Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Foye Oluokun made it look easy while in the Big Easy on Thursday. The 6'2 linebacker recorded 14 tackles and also an interception that he returned for a touchdown. Every moment Foye touches the field, he shows the opposition why he's so superior. Foye Oluokun is your Superior Fence and Rail Defensive Player of the Game.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about exceptional customer service. From the first call to the final inspection, Superior's team provides first-class care with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Bank in the 2023 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, with answers to the questions I'm asked the most. Yes, we are local, and no, I'm not hiring an actor to read these commercials. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
For honest and reliable automotive care at your convenience, visit any Famous Automotive or Famous Quick Lube. With 20 locations open 7 days a week, they also offer fleet accounts for your business. Visit any Famous Automotive and Famous Quick Lube.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
All right, we are having a blast on a Victory Friday already. Love it. Got a little early start today, so we are rolling.
Rocking and rolling.
Get right back to your calls here momentarily. Yeah, no, we appreciate your patience, man. They're stacked up, and they're not dropping. They want to say their piece.
Come on.
But, Tony, you got a great stat you just brought our way in regards to how good the Jags' third down defense was against Derek Carr last
night. This coming down from one of the writers for the Associated Press. Derek Carr on third downs last night, 5 for 14. For 25 yards, 1 pick six, 1 first down. He was the third player since 1991 to throw 14 or more passes on third down in a game and generate only 1 first down. Wow. Others to have done it, Coy Detmer, who did it on 14 passes, converted 1, and Scott Mitchell, 0 first downs on 14 attempts in 97.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
What a great defensive effort.
That
and that
stat.
play
It
by
was.
Foye, gosh. I only dreamed of those kind of plays.
That's how you make.
You know what I mean? Taking one to the house and it had a fuck.
Yeah,
and the way he did it was phenomenal.
It's funny, Tommy, because just a couple days ago we had a caller that was asking, Foye, Pro Bowl, that kind of thing. He's led the league in tackles the last couple of years. Looks like he's going to have a chance to do that again this year as long as he stays healthy. Why isn't he making Pro Bowls? And we looked at some of the tackles for loss, sacks, like those kind of numbers. Foye is as good or better than anybody that made a Pro Bowl last year at his position. It's you're not making those plays in spotlights.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's Thursday Night Football.
Oh, yeah.
The whole league, the whole country that loves football is watching that play for Foye Oluokun. That's how a guy becomes a Pro Bowl player.
I tell you, Al Michaels called his name a ton. I did hear that. I mean, he's like, there's Oluokun again. There's
Oluokun is.
I tell you, who else I think is having a Pro Bowl year is Darius Williams. I think there
are 4 guys on defense that are you would consider strongly. Josh Allen, right? And I would think he would make it as of right now. Foye as well. Darius Williams and Andre Sisco. I think all those guys.
Yeah, I think Jenkins is there too, man. I think they're.
I think he's starting to come on the last couple weeks. I think he was quiet the first month of the season.
Agreed.
And then you put ETN, of course. Yeah. I mean, ETN's just out there mashing the end zone every night.
The more you win, the more players you get.
Yeah, well,
that's the way it works.
It's not the biggest concern.
No,
in the world
but
here.
It's fun to talk about it.
Sure, you like the recognition for your guys, but we got bigger plans. Deep playoff run. Let's get out to Ian in St. Augustine next up here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Ian.
Morning, y'all. I'll be quick because there's a lot of callers already hit my point, but Jags, this team just finds a way to win, and it's incredible. It's awesome. I can't remember a team other than last year's second half team doing that. The third and short play calling is going to drive me through a roof. It just doesn't make sense half the time. I don't get it. And my last thing is I got a question for y'all. Would you send a first round for Danielle Hunter right now? Because me personally, I'm sending pick 32 immediately.
Right on. Well, look, I will do it if I get an extension. I'm not doing it for a half-year rental for Danielle Hunter. But, I said this last night in the postgame. Somebody called in. I think J.P. Shadrick's eyes almost popped out of his head. I'm like, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be drafted late in the first round trying to find a pass rusher among your greatest needs. Yeah. And now – Rick Spielman did a piece yesterday at the 33rdteam.com, and he, of course, had a dalliance with the Jags, almost became the executive vice president.
That's right.
Said that, specifically, the Jags should make the play for Danielle Hunter, laid out the package. And I think it was like a 4th rounder next year. I think it was like a 4th, a 3rd, and a 5th, and the other one's coming in 25. I'm not sure, but it was basically like, you've got some of your draft capital tied up in the Ridley deal that you can't trade your 2nd or 3rd right now. Even if like, we're not going to sign Ridley to an extension, well, you still have to have it in case you do, right? And I don't, so you're going to have to hold on to those. So do you go with a combination of later picks, maybe on a half-year rental, or are you willing to go the first-round pick? I'm only doing that if I'm getting a deal that the salary cap people tell me is going to fit in over the next 3 seasons, 3 full seasons beyond this one.
Well, look, at the end of the day, if you make that move, it's to go to the Super Bowl and
yes,
win
go
one.
To the
and
Super
you know
Bowl.
what? If you go, and even if you don't win, but if you win especially, nobody Cares he gave up a first rounder.
Does that, right? Do you really think Rams fans are that upset? Like, and look at the Rams bouncing back, right? They're
they are
competitive now,
They're coming back.
You win one, and you'd like to be in that position every single year, man. But especially for a fan base who's never won one,
right?
Let's worry about the aftermath after we get that first. How greedy we're going to get in the wake of that. All right, Ian, thank you. Let's go to Patrick in Clay County next here on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Patrick.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, why are we in shotgun on 4th and inches? It was a thumbnail. My grandmother under center could have probably got that first down. I think the play calling's a little clunky, but it's a really good team. They could probably hit another gear. So I'll take that off the air and go Jags. Great team.
All right, appreciate it. Ian, the previous caller referred to that as well. I asked Fred Taylor about this last night. And more, not so specifically last night. Like, I get it. They're coming in this game. They don't want Trevor up under center. Where there's a lot of congestion, and you're sitting there. Are you really going to use him on a QB sneak with the bad knee to try to drive into the pile? And so putting last night aside, the Jags do run short yardage out of pistol or shotgun a lot. So I asked Fred about it, and he gave an answer that I've often given, which is basically he's like, it's kind of the modern NFL, and if it works, you never say a word about it, you know, and that's just kind of a lot of teams run zone read and things like that on short yardage situations in today's NFL. And he's like, look, I'd like to always line up and play power as a tailback and bang it up in there, but it didn't seem like he was too upset with it. I think last night it was a little bit understandable because of the circumstances with Trevor, but you're telling the team, you don't have to worry about the quarterback on this play, at least running the football.
No, right.
Yeah,
I tell you, the other play I don't like, and I know a lot of teams do it, it's that off tackle, but it's not a direct power. It's they take a step and wait, and maybe the guard pulls around. It's not a counter, but it's kind of like a counter. And when you leave that gap open, and all it takes is one guy to hit the gap at the right time to totally screw up that play. So I kind of I don't know why. I get why they're in shotgun at times, right? And especially with last night. But I think sometimes they should just power it up in there. Let's go, man. Stop with this fooling around. I know as a former linebacker who my first taste of it was short yardage and goal line. Even that first year, I was a starter on short yardage and goal line. And that you see that counter, it just gives you an extra second to get there and make a play. And then if you got someone coming from the backside and that center or guard, they miss that. That crack back block, and then it's just, I don't know. It takes too long is what I'm getting at. When you're up there in short yardage and goal line, it's got to be fast hitting, whether it's a QB sneak really quick or it's a power really quick or something like that. But
there's a lot involved there, right? In 3rd and short, 4th and short, those situations. One, where is Tank Bigsby? You're supposed to be the hammer, right? That's part of the reason you were brought here is can we get better in those situations? Right. They were bad at it last year too. That's not new that the Jags haven't been good on 3rd and 4th and short. Tank was supposed to help with some of those problems. He's not playing well enough to get a bunch of those opportunities at this point right now, Tommy. So that's one thing. The interior of the offensive line is still the weaker part of this offensive line. They did a fantastic job protecting Trevor Lawrence yesterday. They haven't been great run blocking the last 2 weeks. Just haven't been.
No, you're right.
Right, and
really 3 out of the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's right.
That comes into play when you're talking 3rd and 4th and short. It's those interior 3 have to win on that play. They're not winning enough in run plays in general, but specifically in those 3rd and shorts. You combine that with Tank not quite being ready to take on that role. It doesn't appear yet. Hopefully he will be soon, but all those things come into play.
I like what the Saints do, man. They put that big defensive tackle in the backfield. He's getting after people. Get somebody like that.
9 offensive linemen on
and it still took him how many tries to convert some of it, right?
True.
I mean, but they did. That's what they and you've got Taysom Hill, who's like a fullback himself, running the ball, and it's tough to account for that at the quarterback position. But hey, we got the dub. Let's get Steve in Melbourne up next here. Steve, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, Tom.
Hey, man, how are you?
Pretty good. I just want to give a shout-out to the defense. Even though in the 4th quarter it seemed like they were gassed, they still held their own. Devin Lloyd is starting to look like the 2022 top linebacker that I thought he was. He's starting to get good. Once that cast gets off, he's probably going to have a couple more interceptions. D. Will is very underrated. I got to give it up to Buster Brown. And, I mean, just the defense all in all is doing great. Anton Harrison is looking great. Looks like Cam's getting back into the rhythm. They didn't allow anything. And hopefully when Walker Little gets back, that interior might get a little better, especially on the left side. But otherwise, all in all, a good game. I still can't, for the life of me, figure out. We switched and get a fast start, and then in the second half, we kind of go off the rails a little bit. But I'll take your comments off the air.
I appreciate it. Look, I think the bottom line, how many points are they scoring, right? Like, we don't like it to be perfect, right?
No,
we like
right.
it to be consistent.
Right.
You're consistently driving it down. You're getting all these opportunities. But, I mean, it scored 37 last week, scored 31 yesterday. And granted, defenses score, but it all counts, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a good problem to have.
Right.
There is correction that can be done. There's growth that can happen. You can get better. And while you're struggling in some areas, you're still hanging big numbers.
Yeah, Tony, how many possessions do they even have? That's one thing that we don't think about, right? So if you go 3 and out, and then there's a long drive, and then your team goes 3 and out after that, you get the ball. You know what I mean? Then you're like, oh, they're not doing anything, because it feels like they're not doing anything in that period of time. But how many now, if they've got 5-6 possessions and you're like, oh, man, they're not going anywhere. But I don't think that's the case. So it might be a little bit like, hey, that's just the way the game went. Yeah, we don't like 3 and outs. Who does? You want to extend and whatnot, but maybe that's part of it. What did it look like?
They had 12 total drives last night because they had, and the Saints had 14 because you had the pick 6. So you know they get
That's
2 drives back to back like that.
Right.
Well, you look in the second half, the drives for the Jags, 3 and out.
Okay.
Then the interception. Then the Saints, after the interception, got the touchdown. Then a 4-play drive with a punt. Then a 6-play drive where the 4th down that they didn't convert.
Yep.
Then a 5-play drive. Then the touchdown on 2 plays.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like, the offense just wasn't on the field a whole lot, and that's in large part on them.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but that's 3 possessions of not doing anything very
absolutely.
good. Yeah, so that
right. They didn't execute on that side of the ball very well in the second half last night. And the moment where they absolutely had to have it, they got the big play from Christian Kirk, and that counts.
Yeah. That by the way, the patience to have on running that route is pretty awesome. You know, to turn your back, spin around, you know, really confuse that defender, and then just a great throw, leading them perfect, boom.
40 yards after the
and
catch.
It's why he's a killer against man.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Send them all down and let Captain Kirk work the magic.
All right, got to take a quick time out here on a Victory Friday. Your reaction sought here at 641-1010 with Tom McManus, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. It's Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet, inviting you to ride in style. Get a brand new set of tires for your vehicle and know you're choosing from among the best selection, best quality, and best prices out there. So you're going to find the best tires for the car or vehicle that you're driving around. With over 40 years of experience, Tire Outlet's got you covered all around the First Coast with 14 different locations. I trust them with my tires and a lot more. You can get great service there as well, and they have a legendary price match guarantee on every brand new set of tires. That's Tire Outlet, easy to find, and you're always going to get wholesale prices and premium service.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. Not many guys know what it's like to be under center wearing teal.
Blue 92.5.
David Garrard does. Mondays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Brought to you by your local Napa Auto Care Centers on 1010XL.
Your car is like part of your family. It takes you to work, drops the kids off at school, goes with you on vacation. You feel safe in your car, but all that can change in an instant due to someone else's carelessness. Now you need money for medical bills, car repairs, lost wages. You need help, and you need it now. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us at 396-5555. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979. Jacksonville.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Are you afraid to buy your next car? Well, have no fear, because Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet offer Beaver's not-so-scary pricing. There's no monsters popping up in your rearview mirror with Beaver's peace of mind warranties. Check out thousands of vehicles for sale online and get answers to all your questions with no tricks and all the treats. I promise our team will take away all those fears. Just come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for Beaver's not-so-scary pricing.
Life is short, so eat better pizza at 5 Star Pizza. You want pizza that's bigger, better, and faster? Then get 5 Star Pizza. They also got wings, cheesy sticks, garlic rolls, and they'll deliver it to you right now at 5 Star Pizza.
All year long you'll be singing our song. Stay cooler with Bueller. At the head of our class, we make it happen fast. Stay cooler with Bueller. For heating and air, we always play fair. We make the difference 'cause we really care. Bueller Air. Stay cooler with Bueller.
You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three, work on three, 1, 2, 3,
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010xl.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the days count. Gatorade has carbs to fuel and electrolytes to help replenish, so you can count on the proven formula. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade. The studied, tested, and proven fuel for the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
Problems followed by promises followed by proof. That's the game plan for Chad and Sandy. When it comes time for you to sell your home, there is no problem that they can't promise to fix and ultimately give you the proof. Maybe you have a growing family or you're working from home and you need more space. Trust Chad and Sandy. They're the real estate expert that I would trust and recommend for the sale of your home. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Take Randall and Tammy in Keystone Heights. They say we needed to sell fast to move closer to Mom, who needed help. Sadly, our home was listed with another realtor for over 190 days. We heard Chad and Sandy's guarantee on the radio. We hired them. They launched an amazing marketing plan, sold our home in less than 30 days. We left as soon as the offer was official, and Chad and Sandy handled all the rest. That promise, if they don't sell your home, they will buy it. Call the agents I trust and recommend. Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
At Ratify Credit Union, we know that a dream home is about more than location and square footage. It's about fulfilling the dream of homeownership and all the dreaming that takes place inside. Building a nursery, starting a business, throwing a graduation party. That's why at Ratify, we're more than just home lenders. We're the fulfiller of dreams. With home and home equity loans that prove dream homes do come true. Ratify Credit Union. Make waves. Ratify Credit Union is an equal housing lender insured by NCUA.
Prepare for the return of Valor Bare Knuckle 2, the true bare knuckle boxing platform, as they step back into the limelight for an exciting night of combat sports. Founded by legendary MMA fighter Ken Shamrock. Friday, October 27th at UNF Arena. Get your tickets today at ValorBK.com or at the UNF Arena box office. Valor Bare Knuckle 2. Friday, October 27th, live at UNF Arena.
Locking in an amazing, crazy low, once-in-a-lifetime deal on your terms has never been easier. Just go to General RV during our Bid and Buy sale, October 18th through the 22nd. You have the power to name your own price. Just find your favorite RV, submit your best offer, and get a fantastic deal. To make a bid, go to General RV and ask the front desk associate for a bid sheet in Orange Park on Wells Road off 295. Not all offers will be accepted. Accepted offers do not require purchase. See dealer for details.
At Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, it's a great time to buy a luxury Cadillac.
2024 XT5s and XT6s.
CT4s and CT5s.
With 2.9% financing for 36 months.
And a $1,500 discount when you finance through Cadillac Financial and XT5s and XT6s.
It's a great time to get the luxury Cadillac you've been wanting.
And we've got a huge selection of certified pre-owned Cadillacs that are like brand new.
Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville. Plus tax tag title, $8.99 admin fee and resistol.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Trevor Lawrence battled through last night to help bring the Jags to 5-2 this season. After the game, Lawrence earned praises from teammate Evan Ingram for his perseverance to lead the Jags to victory.
I've seen a lot in this league, and to see a guy like that at that age with that kind of injury on a short week, to come here and make plays on his feet like he did, that's what greatness. That's greatness right there. He's just getting started in his career, and for him to muster up everything to play this game, to lead us to a win, to do what he had to do what we had to do, hats off to Trev, man. That was big time.
Evan Ingram, courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
You know, listening to that update there from Molly playing that Evan Ingram soundbite, you know the differences between now and 2017? I actually believe it. You know, like they'd say, hey, Blake's our guy. We'll roll with Blake. We'll rock with that guy. But you hear like the belief and the affection or what, you know what, the
as you said, Tommy,
brotherhood
they're ready to kill for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? Like, and it comes across when you hear those guys. He's playing hurt. He's our guy. Look at the way he played.
Hurt. Yeah.
Right?
He didn't even look hurt.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was in a little bit of pain, but, man, he looked fantastic.
And we don't know what he looked like gimping around a little bit. No. When Evan Ingram's like, with that kind of injury, like, we're like, what kind of injury? Didn't look like he had an injury, you know? So we don't really know just what he's doing again. And all these guys, Tom, you've been there. We know, like the public doesn't see what you guys have to go through to get ready to play.
And I'm no knee doctor, but having my own knee issues back in the day. So when you have a low-grade MCL, there's a slight small tear somewhere in the ligament. It's not from the bone, so it'll heal itself. There's enough blood flow, and it's on the inside of your knee, but it's very painful to touch. I mean, like you know, if it's inflamed, you can't even touch it. So it's very painful to move it and all that. So he must have just been able to manage the pain, tighten it up enough. That brace looked great. I mean, talk about a non-clunky brace.
Right.
So aerodynamic.
I said we're
cool.
talking, you know, before the game, watching him warm up. I was like, you know, honestly, if I had any kind of knee issue, I'd wear that thing every game. It didn't seem like it impeded him in the least bit, you know?
No, not at all.
And, you know, we're an hour into it this morning, guys. And we haven't mentioned that Trevor Lawrence was the second highest rated passer for the Jaguars.
True story, Logan Cook. Good job, buddy.
True.
He loves to throw that football.
Yeah,
by the way, we're an hour and 15 minutes into it, Tony. Early start today. Here, I don't know if you noticed or not. All right. I know you did. 641-1010. Let's get back to it here and get your reaction. Beginning next with Regina in Mandarin. Good morning, Regina.
Good morning. Happy Victory Friday for Jaguar
Victory
fans.
Friday.
Yes.
When can we say that it was done and that the Jaguars won a Thursday night game? How long has it been?
What's the story, Pockets? What do you got on that?
Last year when they beat the Jets on that Thursday night.
It was Thursday, yeah.
Oh, right.
So that's right. Late season.
I had two reactions. Number one, shout out to the Jaguar fans who showed up. I was watching on Amazon Prime, and it seems like there were, you know, maybe the media has given the Jags some credibility if they showed some Jaguar fans. So shout out to those people who supported the team going to New Orleans. The other thing I wanted to comment on is how dysfunctional is it that the quarterback, Carr, was yelling at one of his receivers? Can you imagine Trevor ever doing that to one of his teammates? And do people realize how special this team is and how special he is? I just looked at that and thought, how dysfunctional. You know, you're talking about on a Thursday night, prime time, and the quarterback's yelling at a receiver because he dropped or missed something.
Regina, did you ever see Peyton Manning play?
Tom Brady.
His entire career. The superstar quarterbacks are not unaccustomed to yelling at their receivers.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
Peyton Manning got on his guys
It's
all
not
the time.
dysfunction. It's just part of the brotherhood.
I
You can
will
yell at each
say
other like that.
Carr has already said this. Like last night, he said it last night. He was like, "I got to be more in control of my emotions on the field." Like he said it.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of the game, because I do think his guys felt like he was showing them up on the field. Like that's the way the sideline felt about what Carr was doing. I'm not saying that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady didn't
I know you're saying.
at the histrionics, but it did feel different.
Right. Well, Carr doesn't have the body of work, but
Right.
those guys were showing their guys up. I mean, they
sure.
throughout the course of their career, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "What a fiery competitor! He's totally in control of the offense. It's
right.
his team." And you know,
and on that play, he's like, "What do you like? Why'd you stop running?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? I'm throwing it deep, and you're stopping." And look, they're under a lot of pressure. You heard it during the broadcast. The parts that I did here, they weren't scoring touchdowns.
No,
they weren't
they
doing
had
their
one
offense
home
was
touchdown
terrible.
this year.
They're getting booed. You know, the
Getting
pressure's
crushed.
on, and your receiver doesn't run the right damn route when he's supposed to. I'd have ripped him too. It's no big deal. Brunel ripped guys. It's not dysfunction. It's
right.
part of the game.
And look, it's not in Trevor's makeup. You're not going to see him do that. It's just not. At least right now, it doesn't seem like he's that guy.
He just does it differently, though.
By the way, Regina, we appreciate the
we
call,
love you,
and
babe.
you've been one of our favorite newer callers.
Great
lately,
call.
So thank you very much. Let's go to Eric, all the way out in the west coast of California. What's up, Eric?
Whoa.
Hey, man, I'm one of just few Jaguar fans here in California, but I'm just blown away of just the lack of emotion of Al Michaels. It's like he's watching the Bears Commanders, and he's got more emotion over Justin Fields going 5 yards on a bootleg. And, the Jags are showing up to this, team on national TV, and, he's basically taking away a touchdown. Like, well, they're going to give it to him. It kind of looks like he may, I don't know, not sure. And it says touchdown across the screen, and you can clearly see it on the replay. And he still doesn't retract what he said, and he did twice. So I'm just like, come on, that's not what you get paid to do. Regardless of the team, he just shows hate to the Jags, and that's seen from last year, and it's just frustrating. Also, shout out to the defense and Montag Brown, who showed up for Campbell.
Yeah, Montero.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Look, we're all concerned,
Definitely.
man. He got picked on coming off the bench last week.
He did.
So.
He stood up. He did great, man. I thought he did. Look, the national media, whatever. I mean, here on NBC, they should just move there. I mean, they said that on the pregame Sunday Night in America football show.
Right.
Maybe they should just move there. I don't know why they say these things. It doesn't matter. We're 5-2. I don't care if Al Michaels sleepwalks through the damn broadcast. We're winning, and they can shove it up the you-know-what.
Well,
and I like Al.
You know why
know
they
what I'm
say it?
saying.
Because they feel like they can get away with it. Because just statistically, the Jags probably have one of the smallest fan bases. We're not saying you're not passionate. You're not. We love the Jaguar fans, right? But you say it about Dallas, and there are a lot more fans. Say it about Pittsburgh. There are a lot more people that are going to get on your case, and you'd never even say it about those franchises. It is such a tired narrative.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. But then
what,
again,
though?
I don't listen to the national broadcast.
You know what we can do? All we can do is win, win, win,
No
win,
matter what.
win.
Tommy, no matter what.
No matter what.
Leo in Mandarin is up next on a Reaction Friday. What's up, Leo?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. Thank y'all, man. What a great game last night. Listen, first of all, I agree with Regina a little bit. In this regard, Derek Carr ain't no Peyton Manning. He's sorry. We beat him last year. And listen, think about this. Look how close they did coming back. Now imagine if he was a little bit more positive with them guys. Because I remember 41 started looking like he was annoyed with him. That's all I'm saying. That's not what I called to talk about. Do y'all remember when Alukin got that interception and ran it in?
No.
Dude, listen, you remember.
Oh.
When they stood around that camera, They look so tough and mean, dude. The hairs on my back stood up, dude. This is a good defense, man. And I'm going to tell y'all, I watched 44 for a long time because I've been pulling for the guy, man. I really have. Remember when he got that interception that one time? What happened to him? But you know what his problem is? When you look at Chris Jones, when you look at Myles Garrett, when you look at Aaron Donald, Danielle Hunter, the guy you want, they all have, and I'm not being weird, they all have arms, man. They got guns. That dude he need to get in the weight room. I don't know if he need Frank Thomas Nugenics or with some kind of supplement. Look at his arms, dude. Listen. You think I'm okay? Look at Myles Garrett. Look at them guys' arms, man. That's how they can manhandle them dudes. He needs to get bigger, strong. Tommy Gunn, you had guns. Donovan Darius got guns. Look at Josh Allen. Look at Foye Lucan, and look at 44. He needs to get bigger and stronger. I was looking at him last night, man. I don't know. This defense is great, though. The thing I want to say about the offense and everybody with the lull, here's what I hope and what I think. I hope they're saving all the good plays, all their season, get it together towards the end of the season. Because you know how other teams watch film on you. They're watching film. They like to see what you like to do and take it away from you. And I hope that we look, sloppy and all this, and we're not giving other teams, a glimpse of what we can be later on. That's what I hope. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this: next week, I'm not worried about Ridley. I bet you he's gonna have 100 yards next week. Hey man, y'all have a good weekend.
All right, thanks, Leo. Appreciate it. Take a breath.
I don't know.
Trayvon Walker's a freaking specimen, man.
I
mean. I don't know.
I
don't know what he's talking about.
He's just not as good a player as Myles Garrett.
No, Myles Garrett is like jacked. He is.
Right.
I agree.
But it's not because he's not jacked. It's because he's not as good at doing what needs to be done.
Granted, I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about arguably the best edge rusher in the National Football League, right? And Myles Garrett, if you're saying he's not as physically impressive as Myles Garrett, who is?
Right.
There are very few that are, but if you're saying that Trayvon Walker's small and not strong, that is his greatest strength is his strength, right? Is kind of a Tyler Shatley thing. I mean, he's a physical specimen. He's just not a technically great pass rusher.
That's the thing. He's not good enough at the thing you draft a guy at number 1 overall to do, right? Like, he's not good enough at that yet. Yep. I'm not saying that he can't potentially down the road turn into somebody like that. Well, we don't see a bunch of signs of it happening. Yep. At this point, Tommy, I just saw a stat put out there where he had like a 5% win rate going up against a third-string right tackle called off the practice squad last night, while the guy on the other side is killing whoever is in front of him the entire game. It has to be better, right? The bet was made. Trayvon's going to take a big step forward in year 2. That's why we're not drafting a guy. That's why we're not signing a guy.
You're right,
Walker's going to be the guy. Yep. He hasn't been the guy. The defense is still great, but he hasn't taken that big step up yet in year 2.
He hasn't because he's still trying to do what he did in college, and that was just overpower guys. And he could do it. He could get away with it. I don't care, third string, second string. All they got to do is anchor those feet into the ground, and you're not going to run them over. He's got to come up with something that counteracts that bull rush, because when he does and they're off balance, he's going to run right through them. I mean, they're not going to have a chance, but he doesn't set it up. He doesn't do anything. That's why he's pretty good against the run, because he is powerful and he is strong, and he can jack some linemen up in the run game and have a stalwart at the line of scrimmage, right? They're not pushing him. He's not pushing them. It's kind of the same thing when he's rushing a passer. He may get them for a couple steps, but then they put that back foot in the ground and lower their hips, and it's a stalemate. Well, a stalemate's not winning. It is in the run game because nobody's coming through your gap.
Right.
It's a great play in a run game. But in a pass rush, no, it's not. That means you're losing that because all they're doing is blocking
to win
you.
For the line.
Yeah, for the most part.
The other point about are they hiding their good plays? Saving? No, they're not saving. You might occasionally save. Right. I mean, they faked one last night, right, against New Orleans.
Right.
In week 7.
Which was a ballsy. It wasn't like a run up the middle. It was
it wasn't, but I think it was a clear something they picked up on tape because those two guys were totally bailed out.
Well, you could see it with the low camera angle when I was, because we hear the radio broadcast way before we see the play.
Right.
And when they went to the TV, and they were showing a low angle, like looking at Logan's eyes as he was getting ready to punt. I'm watching him. He glanced left twice.
Yeah,
and I was like,
took a little peek a couple of times.
Okay.
Like, maybe teams will think that's a tip. in the future. Let them think that.
Yeah, then we run a counter the other way. There we go.
Whatever. But, I mean, no, everyone's trying to win football games. Like, you can't just say, you know what, we're going to play our second-best offensive playlist this week and hope it's good enough. You got to win, stack up wins, man, because once you get that win, there's nothing anybody can do. Anybody's opinion of that win doesn't matter. It's a W. I keep saying it's not college, man. Nobody's giving you style points.
Style points, right.
Here are your style points. You got 5 wins.
What's
Those
your
are your
record?
style point.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's all that matters. No
So,
and last night, I know there were some people that were, I thought that it's, A, it's always important, and B, look, the best record gets the best seed, so it does matter. That was a big victory last night, and the way they do it. Look, was it perfect? No, it was not. But they showed a lot of grit, a lot of resolve, and I'm telling you right now, if this offense comes together consistently and the defense continues to rise, they're going to be a dangerous team.
All right, got a break here. Another hour to go here on Jaguars Today. Victory Friday. Give us your reaction to the Jags' 31-24 win last night over the New Orleans Saints, either on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines, text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, both at 641-1010. Hit us up on X or Twitter or in the YouTube chat, whatever you like, or just maybe think about it really hard and see if that gets through to us as well. It's possible. All right, we'll get back to your calls on the other side with Tom McManus, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. Jaguars Today rolls on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. True story, yesterday, didn't bring my lunch because I know I can just swing into an area gate station and get something great from Dandy. And so, with a lot of time to kill between the end of this show and the start of the pregame, I rolled up to the gate on Southside and Touchton, and I'm telling you, the hardest thing was deciding which Dandy product that I should get. They had over 30 different varieties, great sandwiches, great subs. They had breakfast items. They had salads. They had protein packs. They had fruit cups. They had veggie trays, everything you can imagine. What did I do? Oh, my tuna salad, because that's what I like, and that's fine. You know what? Pick what you like or pick something new every single day, and know that Dandy's got you covered with the highest quality ingredients. It's always going to be fresh. Everything's delicious. Fantastic variety. I just told you, over 30 different options for you at a single gate location. Dandy's the name to know for food on the go, so do what I do when you're hungry. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. He leaves the safety of home to step into the battle zone.
The enemy's dangerous.
Go behind enemy lines with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
We're not the enemy.
On 1010XL, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway.
Did you know the new 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid has an onboard system that charges the battery so you never have to plug it in? When you think Honda, you think quality, value, safety. Now think hybrid. Visit your local Honda dealer and experience the car of tomorrow today.
Are you ready for the ultimate happy hour experience? Look no further than Bellwether, downtown's undisputed champion of good times. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7 p, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 a.m. Rally the team and head over to Bellwether. The vibe is full and the food is unbeatable. Free parking after 6 p on weekdays and all weekend. Bellwether Restaurant, where great food and the best happy hour in town come together for an epic win.
Summer is ending, and the chill of fall is just around the corner. Is your heating system ready to conquer the upcoming cold nights and frosty mornings? Duck Air Conditioning is here to keep you warm and toasty.
Don't let winter sneak up on you. We're offering a system checkup for only $79 to ensure your heating system is tip-top for the colder days ahead.
Call Duck Air Conditioning at 904-862-6769 to schedule a checkup. Duck Air Conditioning, your trusted feathered friend in home comfort. 904-862-6769.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
What's colder, the North or the South Pole? The answer coming up.
Filing any homeowner's claim is really easy with Southern Oak Insurance. Simply file your claim directly with us. We'll handle the vendors. It will save money for you.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The South Pole is colder than the North Pole, which is an ocean surrounded by land. The South Pole is land surrounded by ocean.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, I have heard you talk about growing a diamond from a small size to a larger size. Exactly how does that work at Underwoods?
David, it's a very simple thing we do on diamond solitaire rings and diamond ear studs and diamond solitaire necklaces. When a customer buys one of these items from Underwoods, we guarantee they get the price paid for it on the purchase of any larger or more expensive diamond. Now, a lot of places would say we do the same thing, but where Underwoods is different is we don't care if you're only trading up by 1/100th of a carat or going up by $1. We give the customer the full value of the diamond they're trading in. The Underwood Grow a Diamond program has been in place for a number of years, and it's something the people here in North Florida have been taking advantage of for a long time.
That's at Underwoods, where you can grow a diamond.
Underwoods, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Underwood Jewelers.
You know the rule. Fall is for football. Yeah, but don't forget golf. The Golf Club of Southampton wants to remind you if football takes up most of your weekend, then tee it up during the week at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and set up a foursome and see the great shape the course is in right now. When temps start to cool, your golf game should be heating up at Southampton. Check out the great things going on with the tremendous practice area, a course that offers tees for every skill level, and a great group of people to take care of you. It's all happening at Southampton.
When it comes to commercial fence services, Superior Fence and Rail has you covered. If your business needs automatic gates or security fence and railings, trust Superior with your next commercial project. Superior's team delivers great communication, high-quality products, and exceptional customer service. Just read any of their 2,300-plus reviews.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey Beaches area, great news for your next party. You can now buy Mystic Cornhole Company boards in stock at the Seaside Shops on 4th Avenue in Jacks Beach. Or as always, at mysticcornhole.com.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Are you afraid to buy your next car? Well, have no fear because Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet offer Beaver's not-so-scary pricing. There's no monsters popping up in your rearview mirror with Beaver's peace of mind warranties. Check out thousands of vehicles for sale online and get answers to all your questions with no tricks and all the treats. I promise our team will take away all those fears. Just come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for Beaver's not-so-scary pricing.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update, sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. Florida-Georgia rivalry is one Gator QB Graham Mertz has come to appreciate.
We had this rivalry 101 where we talked about each game with Tennessee, Florida State, and then Georgia. So for me, I've gained an appreciation for all the Florida families in this game. I know what it means to the Florida fan base.
FSU QB Jordan Travis will rely on freshman wideout Hakeem Williams when the Noles take on Duke this weekend.
Now you got a kid that's out there running real fast and guys can't tackle him, catching every ball that comes his way.
Edward Waters University has partnered with the Primetown Foundation to offer free admission to Saturday's home game against Albany State University with the donation of 2 non-perishable canned food items, a new or gently used coat, or a pack of socks. Kickoff is at 6 p.m. in the Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
At 11:06, it's 72 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler, Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hands it to Etienne, lowers his shoulder, into the end zone, touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown run by Travis Etienne. They toss it to the left to Etienne, he's got some running room, 15, 10, 5, toward the pylon, touchdown! scores again. Checks it down underneath. That's a crossing route to Christian Kirk. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Christian Kirk to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A crossing route to Christian Kirk. And the Jags have retaken the lead.
Duval! Big dog, let's go! Hey, man, we're here and we're here to stay. It's still the Jags.
Never gets old. This does not get old, man. Right? Winning is contagious. Winning is contagious. When you get it in your blood, there's something about it. Right? It makes you want to do just a little bit more. Okay? And we saw it at the end of this football game. Right? Offense, boom, you got the touchdown. Defense, you got the stop. Special teams, we got the fourth down play. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
You're mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
Nice job, Pockets. Even better the second time around right there. For those of you who may have tuned in at 10 o'clock thinking we weren't going to start early on Victory Friday, well, you were wrong and wanted to come back at you with that. Travis Etienne, first Jaguar ever to have multiple rushing touchdowns in 3 straight games. So good for him, man.
He's playing great.
Having a phenomenal season. All right, we got to get right back into these calls because
let's do it.
You know, we got a lot we still have to accomplish today. So make your point, get in, get out. Let's move it along here at 641-1010. Our man Kyrie up in Virginia checking in next. What's up, Kyrie?
Hey, good morning, you guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, man, I just wanted to mention, I know everybody's talking about, the usual Martell, what's his name, Brown. They played in the corner. I want to shout out some unsung heroes first off, man. Anton Harrison. Did anybody hear Cameron? What's that guy named Cameron?
Cam Jordan.
Yep. Cam Jordan. Did anybody hear him last night? I watched him specifically. He low-key kind of dominated Cam Jordan. Like, that was big time. And the way the offensive line stepped up for Trevor Lawrence, man, and for him to gut it out, it was just a beautiful thing to see. And I know people are like, oh, it stalled out, but you got to remember, this is the number 5 defense in the league that they were going up against. Those guys get paid too. They're going to make plays. I feel like they're going to clean it up. It's a short week, so of course it's going to be a little bit ugly, but we got the win. We got out of there. Let's clean it up and let's move on. All right, guys.
All right, Kyrie. Appreciate it, man. On the offensive line front there, showing Tony this on the break, Jaguars Jace tweeted this. As somebody who said, hey, we need to clean up the offensive line play. He goes, not last night's play. Yeah. How about this? Next-gen stat of the game, the Saints defense generated 3 team pressures against Trevor Lawrence for the whole game.
Yeah.
Pressure rate of 8.6%, the lowest by any defense in a game this entire season in the NFL.
Wow.
So the Jaguars' offensive line kept Trevor Lawrence as unmolested as any quarterback's been in any game in the NFL this year.
Wow.
They did not pressure him on a single drop back in the second half.
Yeah, no, they were great. You didn't hear Jordan's name. You didn't hear DeMario Davis's name hardly at all.
No, he came in. He came in banged up.
No, I know. And
he
looked a little slow.
Yeah, and Cameron Jordan, we talked about him like as one of the keys. Don't let him have a renaissance game because he hasn't had a great season. You wonder if he's kind of nearing the end of his,
he's been great over his career.
Phenomenal.
It's unbelievable.
But hey, moving along, Kyrie, thank you for the call. Let's go to Justin in Atlanta checking in next on a Victory Friday. What's up, Justin?
How's it going, fellas? Happy Victory Friday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Just wanted to say, I mean, they're 5-2, right? They haven't necessarily played their best ball, but they're 5-2. I think Doug's got them exactly where they want them. And I think ultimately the goal is to start playing their best ball come December and January. So I think as long as they can stay healthy, take advantage of this bye or the mini bye and then the bye after that and start getting on a roll.
Yeah, I hope so. All right. I mean, I don't think anybody
thinks
thinks
they're on a roll right now.
They are on a roll, but like the offense, I think. If the offense kind of catches up.
Yeah.
And then maybe you have a couple of games where the defense lets you down, but the offense picks up the slack.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you've had one game where the defense let you down this year, but everybody let you down against Houston.
No doubt.
So,
and we're scoring. What do we got? 2 now? Williams and now Foye? Scoring on defense? Is there 2 or is there more than 2?
I think those are the 2.
Ooh, you bring that into the picture.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
let's go.
It was going to be interesting because the Jags in the last season and a half under Mike Caldwell have not won a regular season game where they didn't create a turnover. And they did. I mean, the last night's was critical. It's not just a turnover. You scored off of it.
Yep.
And it just gave you that jolt.
Big jolt.
You know,
that
and
was great.
But hey, they squandered the lead, but they didn't squander the game.
That's right.
Thank you, Justin. Let's go to Don on the north side next up. What's up, Don? Hello, Don.
Hey, fellas, how we doing?
We're good, man.
All right.
What's up?
All right. First off, I got to start with a good old-fashioned Duval. Hey, just a quick point. I know I was trying to catch you guys last night. I wasn't able to get in the calls. Just a few things. I feel like the offense, they were high-powered at the first half of the game, and they fell asleep a little bit behind the wheel on the second half. I don't know what was up with that. And was it just me, or did it just seem like, I don't know if it was maybe some of their New Orleans cooking or whatever, but those referees there, they just didn't seem like they were giving us the calls that we kind of deserve. I know it was one of the runs that ETN, he actually dived for the first down on third down, and they spotted him short, and the play after that was actually the one that ended up being a turnover, but clearly he was past the line. I didn't know why Doug Peterson didn't throw the flag there. And, like I said, again, defense, they stepped up. It was just a little tough, obviously, when offense couldn't get it going in the second half. And you could see that they got worn down a little bit. But, man, shout out to them, man. They definitely been holding it down this year. And who would have thought it? But that was just my take on a few points. Appreciate you guys.
All right,
man.
Thank you, man. Same to you. I didn't think he was clearly converting
that
the first
knee was down. When the replay showed when his knee hit, his arm was
right. And if it's a case
line.
where even if you think they're going to move the ball closer, are you going to take a chance on a 6-inch movement? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To not lose your timeout when you do that in a game that's tightening up as the game goes along.
Yeah.
I didn't, watching the game, get the sense that the Jags were getting screwed by the refs.
No.
At all. No.
No, I pointed it out when you had the almost interception there for Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you could see on the replay that the ball hit the ground. I was like, that's the first break in the game that hasn't gone the Saints' way. Right? Like you have the Kirk fumble, you have the fumble on the punt, like that. Those kind of things were happening. Those are just plays that are happening within a game. And it felt like that was the first time in the game where something broke in the Jaguars' direction on one of those kind of close plays within the football game.
Yeah, Lattimore made a great play on that ball. Couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
But, look, man, I thought overall
that was big, though, right?
Oh, it was.
I mean, to get the 3 there.
Oh, you're right.
And recapture a little bit of momentum.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, but, look, they overturned it, and that was great, and we took advantage, so.
All right, let's get Charles on the west side before we hit the break. Charles, you're on Victory Friday. What's going on, bud?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
When we had I'll admit, when we had the second turnover last night, I got a little bummed, and then I just thought of last year's game against the Chargers, and I said, no problem, but I was really happy for Foye taking it to the house, and it's about time one finally. Speaking of breaks, it's about time we finally got a break for Foye. And the thing I wanted to ask you guys is, do you think there is some sort of trust thing going on with Bigsby? Because in the moments that it's obvious that he should be used, there are critical points in the game where I guess they don't trust him to hang on to the football. And I'll take my answer off the air. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I think it could be some of that, but it could also be like Travis Etienne, everything he touches right now seems to turn to gold, right? Yeah. I mean, he was converting like third and mediums last week on the ground, and he's, popping a couple of runs for big plays every week. So I think it's that. But, I mean, I could see that, they might not be fully convinced because Bigsby hasn't been great in these short yardage situations on the few occasions that they've let him try them this year.
Well, I don't look to fumble maybe, but the trust is the fact that he hasn't broken a tackle for a first down.
I'm saying.
Like he's gotten stuffed a few times, so they're expecting that. I brought that up on the kickoff show with Hayes yesterday when Frank called in, and Frank's like, I think he's thinking too much, and that may be the case. He's had the fumble, had some concerns, maybe he's thinking too much, but look, the kid has been brought in here, much like I thought, I don't want to, like Snoop Connor. All he does is score touchdowns in college. Great, but he doesn't score any for us. But that's what he's here for. That's, to get those short yards, those tough yards, whether it's for a first down or for a touchdown. And hopefully, he gets, I guess more comfortable. Look, we've seen him. We stood next to him. He's not a little dude. It's not like he doesn't have power. He's got plenty of velocity. I think he's got to hit it quicker, but nonetheless, hopefully he can come through because we got to get those. Those are going to come to haunt us if we don't get them.
All right, lots still to do here, including just because it's Victory Friday doesn't mean we won't make our picks for the rest of the league, and we'll do that coming up here in just a moment. Tony will take you around the rest of the National Football League as well. We'll continue to take your reaction to the Jags' 31-24 win over the Saints on Victory Friday here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey once again for Underdog Fantasy. Got your home team getting the W out of the way. Now you can focus on the fantasy aspect of the rest of the National Football League this weekend. Underdog extended a $500 new sign-up match. If you want to play their pick'em game, play with some of their cash. When you make your initial deposit, if you use promo code 1010XL when you sign up at Underdog Fantasy or download the Underdog mobile app, they will match your first deposit all the way up to $500. Deposit $100, you'll have $200. Deposit $500, you'll have $1,000. You can get the math, right? It's pretty simple right there. And then how do you win with Underdog? Beyond that, well, you pick between 2 to 5 players in their pick'em game each week and select whether they go higher or lower on one of their projected stats, and then spend game day watching football. You can win up to 5 times your money if you go 5 for 5. It's a fantasy game, but the money is oh so real. So again, head to UnderdogFantasy.com or the Underdog mobile app. Use promo code 1010XL for that $500 sign-up match. You do have to be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. If you're concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go. The goal is to build a fence around the goal line.
Defense just stepping up and playing dominant.
Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game on 1010XL. Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
More than qualified to handle your roof. Call J&M and we'll show you the proof. Check with our customers and they all say only one way to go, the J&M way.
We take pride in doing quality work at a fair price. And you can finance your new roof for as low as $139 per month. J&M Roofing, under the umbrella. Call 904-337-0509.
License number CCC 1331951.
Why can't I just speak to an actual human being? I need a new bank.
Well, actually, at One-to-One Financial, communication is not only number one, it's one-to-one. When you call, you get to talk to a real live Jacksonville human, fast, and with someone who's truly concerned about your needs, your security, and finding solutions as a team.
Thank you.
Ready to break up with your bank? Find a real long-term banking relationship at One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Visit one-to-onefcu.org for more information on opening an account today.
Federally insured by NCUA.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Beards Diamonds has been busy this fall, getting their showcases ready for the largest inventory of wedding bands in North Florida.
Don't miss Beards Diamonds' incredible buy one, get one wedding band sale going on now
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
If you weren't on the radio, I wouldn't have a radio.
When you hear a great guest on 1010XL, tell your friends they can catch the replay on demand.
It's all at 1010XL.com.
Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Win cash prizes at UnderdogFantasy.com.
Malfunctions in your electrical panel can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
8-8-Sparky.
Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Do you love sports? Do you also love wings? Enjoy the best wings in Jacksonville in Miramar, Mandarin, and Oakleaf at Players Grill. Watch your favorite teams and enjoy burgers, pizza, salads, and of course, wings. Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
1010XL's Friday Restaurant of the Day is Perfect Rack Billiards in Murray Hill. Open daily at 4. Catch all the NFL weekend action. Always at Perfect Rack Billiards in Murray Hill. A great place to watch football.
Have you been thinking about selling your home and just think it's not the right time? You just see a lot of problems out there with getting it done? Let me send you to the problem solvers. That's Chad and Sandy at chadandsandy.com. If you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how, Chad and Sandy are. Chad and Sandy go this far and make you this guarantee. They will sell your home or they will buy it. Carl and Diana in Argyle in Orange Park said, our dream was selling our home so we could travel full-time in our RV. We just had to sell our home for a big price to have the cash to do it right. We heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, hired them, and sold in 10 days at the highest sales price in the neighborhood. It's time to hit the road in style. And when it comes time to sell your home, sell it in style with Chad and Sandy. Go to chadandsandy.com right now and find out more. Or, as always, you can reach them via the phone lines at 904-414-6200. They are the agents we recommend. They're chadandsandy.com.
Hey, college students, this one's for you. With the new Jaguars College Pass, you can get exclusive ticketing offers all season long. From discounts to great last-minute deals. To join, simply sign up with your .edu email address. Registration is free, and you only pay for the offers you accept. So it's the perfect way to save and spend your Sundays at the bank. To join the Jaguars for the best games and biggest plays, visit jaguars.com/college pass today.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
Are you searching for your next great ride? Then I've got great news for you. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned has just announced an unbeatable inventory of over 500 used vehicles all in one place. I'm talking cars under $18K, over 200 SUVs, and more than 100 pickup trucks. Even better, right now, get no payments until January 2024. Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Visit arlingtontoyota.com/offer for full details.
Introducing Fast Twitch, a new energy drink from Gatorade. Developed with 200 milligrams of caffeine to help athletes focus the mind and power the body for athletic performance. Great flavors like strawberry watermelon, glacier freeze, cool blue, and tropical mango, all designed to ignite athletic performance. Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Fast Twitch, official partner of the NFL and used by the pros. On-the-go energy from Gatorade.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the Otterson Wealth Advisors Risk Reward Picks of the Week. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on
You're Mackin' with Tom McManus, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, a better way to a better window on 1010XL.
And they stay there, and they stay
Yeah, it's all right, Pac, because you can use this one all day long.
Yeah, we've said it during every break, so
no doubt. No doubt. We've been singing it all morning long. Loving it. Jags 5-2. What a good time to be alive and be a Jaguar fan, Jaguar supporter. It was always the Jags. Tony rocking that fresh shirt right there. The old school logo with the new school slogan.
Had to represent the BCB today, too.
Yeah,
this
why
is
not,
one
man?
of their original products. I was like, unbelievable the way they showed out.
I rocked them out my last 6 mile around the St. Augustine shores.
Oh, nice.
Rocking their T-shirt, especially walking by with a big fat smile. The guy, give him props. got the Buffalo flag, still got it up on his fence. But I mean, you don't abandon your team, but
That's right.
I take a little special pride walking past that house a few times every afternoon. All right, we'll do our Otterson Wealth Advisors Risk Reward Confidence Picks of the week in a moment. But first, Tony's going to take us on a tour around the rest of the National Football League.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jack's Beach.
Buffalo quarterback Josh Allen was a full participant in practice on Thursday after being limited both days earlier in the week with an injury to his throwing shoulder. The Las Vegas Raiders have ruled out quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo with a back injury. They have not announced whether they'll go with Brian Hoyer or Aiden O'Connell yet. For that start, Cleveland quarterback Deshaun Watson was able to participate in practice on Thursday for the first time this week, giving him at least a chance to play. He has missed the Browns' last 2 games. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs and tight end Sam Laporta were both limited in practice on Thursday for Detroit, but reporting indicates that both are likely to be able to play this week. Green Bay running back Aaron Jones was limited on Thursday due to a hamstring injury. New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones was limited in practice for the second consecutive day as he continues to work back from a neck injury that kept him out on Sunday night for the New York Giants. And San Francisco running back Christian McCaffrey did not practice on Thursday due to an oblique injury. Deebo Samuel did not practice due to a shoulder injury, and offensive tackle Trent Williams did not practice due to an ankle injury, making their status for Monday night very much doubtful.
No doubt about it. All right, you know what? Let them all worry about that, right? Because we are 5-2, and the Jags going to kick back with their feet up and do whatever they're going to do.
That's right.
This weekend. Hopefully, not too crazy.
Nah, balance, baby.
A little balance in life.
Yeah.
Tommy, you didn't balance it. You put the Jags on the top line of your confidence picks last week.
I did.
You're very proud of yourself, and you should be, all right? And you threw that right out there on social media. Tom's like, I had him number 1, baby,
I did.
after the dub.
That was a good call. The Buffalo call the week before was the call.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you.
Gut feeling, baby. Gut. Filthy gut.
I had everything tallied up. I don't know what the numbers were. And then with the Thursday night game, I forgot to put them in the car, pulled them out this morning, left them at the house. So we'll get we'll catch up on where things stand next week. I've got
ADD's universal. It's okay.
we share that trait, sir. But because you had the Jags on the top line, we're going to let you pick first this week.
Yes.
Tony's going to go second. I'll go last. We only have 12 games on the slate. The way we do it is however many games we have, the most confident outcome is worth 12 points this week, for instance, all the way down to the least confident one worth 1.
Okay.
It's you get points for every game you get right, and we do it season long and tally it up. So, Tom, give us your 12, 11, and 10-point most confident outcomes this week.
All right, number 12, I got San Fran on the road. On the road against Minnesota. I got Buffalo at 11 at New England, and number 10, I got Green Bay at Denver.
Okay, Green Bay at Denver. 3 roadies right there. Tell me, what about you?
At 12 for me, I will take Seattle at home against Arizona. On the 11 line, San Francisco, despite the injuries at those hapless Minnesota Vikings. And then at 10, Tampa Bay home against the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, I've got Buffalo on the 12-point line. I can't imagine New England beating them right now. I've got San Fran also on the 11-point line, so we all have them in our top 2 outcomes. No Christian McCaffrey, no Deebo. I don't care if those guys don't play. And I've got Seattle worth 10 points, so I'm close to where Tony's on that one as well. Tommy, your next 3.
Number 9, I got Miami beating Philly. Man. 8, Cleveland beating Indy. 7, Seattle at home.
Okay. It's going to be a bloodletting this week.
At 9, I'll take Buffalo home against New England. At 8, I'll take the Los Angeles Rams at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And at 7, Vegas, despite the quarterback problems on the road against Chicago.
Vegas, baby. I'm going with the LA Rams on the 9-point line myself. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs at home against the LA Chargers. I just don't think they have that clutch road DNA to go into Arrowhead and
those
get that W.
Those 2 teams, whenever they get together, I mean, it's going to be 35-32.
Sure.
That's just what happens.
I hope it is for fantasy purposes.
I know,
and I've got the Buccaneers as well. Not quite as confident as Tony, but I got the Bucs at home getting the W against Atlanta. Desmond Ridder not nearly as effective on the road in his young career. Tommy Mack.
Number 6, I got KC at home. Number 5, I got Vegas on the road. Number 4, I got the G-Men upsetting the Reds or the Washington team.
All right, the Washington team.
Well, I almost said Redskins.
Washington football team.
Yeah, WFT.
All good. The Commanders.
Yeah, those guys.
Tony Smith.
Number 6, I'll take Washington at home against those New York Giants. Or on the road against the Giants, excuse me. At 5, I'll take Kansas City over the Chargers. And 4, Green Bay over the Broncos.
All right. On the 6-point line, I'm taking Philadelphia to knock off Miami. Like one of those just bounce back. I don't think Miami is going 16-1 this year. And on the road at Philly, I think is a good spot. Philly to bounce back after a disappointing loss. I'm going to take Indy in the upset over Cleveland, right? Just I feel like Cleveland put a lot into that win. Probably emotional. Now you're going out on the road, and so I think the Colts can at least keep it close. I'm going to have them pulling it out late, and I've got Green Bay like Tony on the 4-point line, getting the win on the road in Denver. Tommy, of course, had him on the 10-point line. So the game is now Tony and I root for the Broncos because it hurts you more than it hurts us. That's how the game's played, right? So down to the final 3 picks, Tom.
All right, Rams at home, beating Pittsburgh at number 3. Detroit on the road, beating Baltimore. And Tampa at home is my number 1 pick.
All right, Tony, your last 3.
I'll take the Colts at home on the 3 line, Detroit on the road on the 2 line, and I will take the Eagles over the Dolphins on the 1.
Philadelphia Freedom, baby. I'm going to take the Commanders. We're 3 on the road. I'm taking the Vegas Raiders on the road for 2 against Chicago. But again, it's Tyson Badgett versus maybe Aiden O'Connell.
Right.
Like who the hell's going to win? I don't know. And then I'm going to take Baltimore against Detroit here. Obviously not confident. I think it's Baltimore's actually, I think, favored by a field goal. To me, it's like a pick 'em.
Well, they're at
here.
home. They get the 3. Don't
again,
they? Do they still do that?
Kind of.
Probably.
Yeah.
2.5
I would think so. So, all right, here's what we got. Tom McManus, who told you your Jags should be the most confident outcome last week and was correct.
Thank you.
Goes San Fran, Buffalo, Green Bay, Miami, Cleveland, Seattle, Kansas City, Vegas, New York Giants, LA Rams, Detroit, and Tampa Bay from most to least confident. Tony's going with the Seahawks, 49ers, Buccaneers, Bills, Rams, Raiders, Commanders, Chiefs, Packers, Colts, Lions, and Eagles. I'll go Buffalo, San Fran, Seattle, LA Rams, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Indy, Green Bay, Washington, Vegas, and Baltimore. There they are, locked in. Your Otterson Wealth Advisors risk-reward picks of the week, confidence picks we call them.
Yep.
And all right, we move on to the final segment of the program, and time for you to still weigh in with your reaction on a Victory Friday. That's coming up last 20 minutes or so for the fellas here on Jaguars Today with XL Primetime coming up at noon. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living from the JOI Studios at 1010XL, where the pros go.
It's a heavyweight showdown in the SEC. It's number 11 Alabama and number 17 Tennessee.
Saturday at 3 on 1010XL, Jacksonville's college football station.
When I say famous, what comes to mind? Celebrities? Athletes? What about your vehicle maintenance? Oh, okay, auto repair. Exactly. Now, when you need fast and reliable care for your ride, stop in to a Famous Automotive or Famous Quick Lube with 20 locations around town, providing honest automotive service at your convenience 7 days a week. They also offer fleet accounts for your business. Sign up anytime at Famous Automotive and Quick Lube, servicing every customer like they're famous.
Did you know the 2023 Honda CR-V Hybrid never needs to be plugged in? The onboard system charges the batteries for you. When you think Honda, think hybrid. Good for the environment, great for your budget. Visit your local Honda dealer to experience the CR-V of the future today.
Looking for quality equipment and a name you can trust? Lepo Rents, Bobcat of Jacksonville, is your premier construction equipment dealer and rental house. We have the right equipment for the job, offering the big and small tools needed for your next project. Lepo sells and rents track loaders, excavators, boom lifts, and much more. For your next project, remember Lepo Rents, your authorized Bobcat dealer in Jacksonville. Visit them online at leporents.com.
Hey, hon, our new True Flame Grill from CSS is installed and ready to go.
I still can't believe what a great deal we got from CSS. They're always so good to us.
Well, they said the new True Flame Grills redefine value from premium craftsmanship. I mean, look at this thing. multiple heat zone separators, stainless steel to withstand the weather.
A lifetime warranty and cool lighting so we can grill at night.
Okay, let's get cooking.
True Flame Grills. See them today at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Valor Bare Knuckle 2 returns to UNF Arena Friday, October 27th. For your chance to win tickets and meet UFC Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock, text keyword 1010XL to 1-936-237-7414.
Are you a business owner looking to grow, sell, acquire, or even go public with your company? Need help to find funding or business partners? Otterson Wealth Advisors will evaluate your company and provide the guidance that's right for you and your business needs. Maybe you're ready for retirement and need a succession plan for your business. Let Otterson Wealth Advisors guide you through the process. Visit OttersonAdvisors.com. Otterson Wealth Advisors, your goals, our expertise. Raymond James Associates, Inc., member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Mark your calendars for the BK Boosters 24th Annual Golf Tournament on October 23rd, teeing off at Deer Creek Country Club, presented by Walsh Investment Consulting Group. This year's tournament promises to be an unforgettable day of swings, putts, and camaraderie. Swing for the win and don't miss your chance at incredible prizes and amazing giveaways. Grab your golf clubs, get your team together, and join Dan and Jeff from The Drill broadcasting on site. That's the BK Boosters 24th Annual Golf Tournament at Deer Creek Country Club, brought to you by Walsh Investment Consulting Group. Visit bishopkenny.org.
This is Hayes Carline for Island Wing Company, located on Southside near Tinseltown, and our new location at Bartram Park in St. Johns County. Two great locations offering the ultimate sports bar experience where you can stick to healthy options. Island Wing Company has a wide selection of fryer-free food. The wings are baked, not fried, with so many awesome flavors to choose from. You can also get delicious salmon, tuna, flatbreads, and tacos. With tons of spectacular TVs, dog-friendly patios, and 2 daily happy hours, Island Wings can't be beat.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Take a break from monotony and enjoy the taste of a fine Perdomo cigar. Join us at Tobacco Cove this Saturday from 1 to 4 to experience the flavor of Perdomo. Come try the different selection of these beautiful Nicaraguan cigars. Relax and enjoy yourself in our lounge with food, prizes, and great deals on Perdomo cigars. Tobacco Cove this Saturday from 1 to 4 for a taste of the good life.
W's and L's are what it's all about in football season, and you know you want to be a winner. Well, don't forget about calling Florida Home AC at 777-4300 before all your friends come over and that AC or heating unit conks out. You'll have that L on your forehead, and that sticks. Make sure your AC can handle the heat and invite the gang over for a win. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, with prompt and quick service to make sure you stay cool in the heat and warm in the winter.
Huge Glock sale going on now at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Stop in today with prices on Glock sidearms so good we can't even say it on this radio commercial. No lines, no hassle, only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
This is Dr. James Perry, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
After the Jags win last night, they have tied their best start to the season since 2007. Jaguars offensive tackle Cam Robinson spoke on what it meant to be able to seal the victory on the final drive last night.
That drive was everything. The energy on the sideline before that drive was gotta have it. We had to have it. We knew we did. Our defense, we had kept our defense on the field entirely too long, and they were playing lights out. But it's impossible to ask the defense to be on the field that much. So we knew we had to get the ball and kind of get something going and get back on rhythm. And I think we were able to do that.
Cam Robinson, courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Molly McDonald with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mackin' with Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window on 1010XL.
I was just remembering back, learning some new vocabulary from Donna's kid last night.
Oh, yeah.
We can't go. It'll be up to Donna Murphy if she wants to ever share any of this, but she's got, I think her son's 11, telling her all the different slang that they're using these days. Yeah. It's like, oh, boy. Yep.
Bussin'. Bussin's a good one.
It is a good one.
It's about food.
Yeah.
Only food is what I'm told. You can only say it when it's got to do with food.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear the qualifier, no.
Oh.
So
the name? You didn't hear the name? What didn't you hear?
No, I heard bussin'. I didn't know.
Yeah, food. Yeah, it goes with food.
It means good.
It means good.
But only for food.
It's bussin'. It's whatever.
You can be bussin'.
I was told by my 15-year-old.
Or you can say it slaps.
Food.
It slaps.
Yeah. Mid.
Well, slaps mid's been around for a while, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I used to embarrass my son by using that one.
Yeah.
10 times.
I
only do it
the
to
time.
embarrass
him.
Yeah,
of course.
Like, you're a little sus, aren't you? And you're like, just kind of a groan and an eye roll.
Dad, just stop.
Yeah, right.
Stop it. All right.
Please,
we got stuff to get to. Tony, we got some updates from Doug Peterson, some good stuff coming out of his Friday morning press conference. What did he have to say?
Pulling all this from John Shipley here on Twitter. He said Peterson says ETN has the hot hand right now, so they're going to keep its touches up.
Which is what kind of goes with what that caller's saying. Do they not trust Bigsby or not? And ETN's got the magic.
But he did follow up saying they are going to be mindful of his wear and tear as they go forward into the season. Peterson also says the Saints rolled their coverages towards Calvin Ridley last night, says they still have to get him involved, but credit to the Saints for recognizing Ridley as a threat and executing that plan. Also said Cisco was held out last night after his cramping, but it was just precautionary.
Good.
Says Trevor Lawrence and Brandon Sheriff both came out of the game feeling good, so that's all good news there. Also that he expects Zay Jones and Walker Little to maybe practice this week, so not a whole lot there.
All right. By the way, this one from our South American producer Cristiano once again. Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth expected to miss Sunday's game and likely will be sidelined even longer after aggravating his hamstring in practice yesterday. What a damn shame for the Steelers, for the Squealers. We're coming up there, and we're bringing the deed, all right, because we own the place.
That's right.
And, God.
Man, those hamstrings are pesky.
They're tough. They are tough to come back from this, no doubt.
All right, why don't we do this before we get back to these calls? And if you're on the line, I think we're going to be able to get to Chris and Jason, who have been patiently hanging on. But let's do a 10-10 take, just kind of state of the franchise through 7 games, how we're feeling about it.
10-10 take. Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brought to you by J&M Roofing Jacksonville, your storm restoration specialists.
Look, you can't get the one back against Houston, and it is what it is. But if you beat Houston the next time out, they don't have a head-to-head advantage on you. You'll be 3-1 in the division. Actually, you'll have played Tennessee at that point, but whatever. I actually had them at 4-3 in the offseason. I had them losing to Kansas City, had them losing to Buffalo, had them losing to the Saints. And I had them going 12-5 overall, but that was one of the ones I had them losing. And for all the circumstances, London trip, a lot of games in a short amount of time, short week, tough primetime environment, and all that played out. But they found a way to get it done, man. And this team just has the knack right now. And look, are they perfect? No. But I'm focusing on that 5-2 record, and I think they've got the components to continue to improve on offense. They don't have major injury issues in terms of, like, this guy's done. Like, they're going to get stronger. Devon Hamilton will be back. Wouldn't surprise me if he plays against Pittsburgh now after full practices this week. Walker Little's close. Hopefully Zay Jones will be close. They'll get Tyson Campbell back. These guys are going to get better. This offense is going to get better. I'm just really happy that last night they didn't squander that lead. I was just going to be devastated the way that thing was playing out. But overall, man, I don't have a whole lot of complaints about where things stand. Yeah, I'd like to have that Houston game back. I'd love to have the Kansas City game back too, but 5-2, I would have taken it, Tone.
Yeah, I look at it and say, look, they got 10 games left in this season, Tommy. Each Friday when we're coming in here and picking the games, I don't think I'm going to pick them to lose any of the 10. Like, looking at it right now, that doesn't mean that I really think they're going to wind up 15-2. Right? Like, they'll lose some games, you would think, coming down the stretch here. But I couldn't tell you which ones they're going to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'll go into every week for the rest of the season feeling good about the Jaguars' chances to win. San Francisco, bring it on. Bengals, bring it on. On the road at the Browns, bring it on. The Ravens here, bring it on. The Titans twice, let's go. You know, like all those matchups, none of it scares me from the Jaguars' perspective. And 1 and 2, you were looking at it saying, all right, how do they get themselves back in this, right? And they've won 4 in a row. Last night, as impressive as any of them, given that it felt like that's one that your team has to be going pretty good for it to work out that well, right? With everything that seemed to be going wrong in the second half, especially offensively, the defense is on the field for the whole half. They still came up with the big play when they absolutely had to have it there at the end of the game. My goodness, 5-2 feels good.
Yeah, I tell you what, they've shown a lot of mettle. And I got to look, he must have a master's in psychology or something. You know what I mean? Like, again, back to like when they were 1 and 2 and, you know, we got to get out of here and get away from it all. And you're like, what? But then you're sitting there going, well, they've won 4 in a row since then, so he knows what he's doing. Look, I think they're on the verge of becoming a dangerous football team. I'm not going to call them that just yet. I want to see more out of the offense. But once this offense starts clicking on 4 quarters, and guys, we always talk about what? It's a buildup, right? Throughout the season, you want to get better and better and better. And okay, maybe we struggle a little bit early on, but week after week after week, as long as we can get better and better. And they got a ways to go. Third down has to be better. Yep. Short yardages, when you need that first down, has got to be better. We know this. They're going through a lag. We went through that. That's got to be better. But when that starts coming together, which I believe it will, and the defense continues to look, they've been phenomenal. Again, like you said, Demps, earlier in the show, who would have thought the defense would be holding it all together for the most part, and they are. They're getting opportunistic. Josh Allen's becoming a menace in the backfield. It's absolutely phenomenal. You see the energy. The backers are great. Aluakon and Lloyd, we didn't mention him today. He had a great game as well. I mean, these guys are flying around. They believe in each other, and they've got a lot of mettle, man. They've got a lot of heart and grit, and it shows. Not only being 5-2 after starting 1 and 2, but it showed last night because that offense did have to click. Granted, you could say, well, it was one play. Well, who cares? It doesn't matter. You find a way to make a play, and they did with Christian Kirk and. Hey, Captain Kirk, man, nice job, dude. That was phenomenal getting into the end zone. So you got to feel good about 5-2, and you should. And trust me, everybody in that building they're walking on a little bit of air today and feeling real good.
All right, let's get last two here on the line. Get your point in and get out because we got about a minute and a half. We got to go quick. Chris and Yulee, what's up, Chris?
Hey, was I justified when I fling my road to the TV because Mike Caldwell should have known the defense was exhausted against a hurry-up offense. And Taysom Hill must have been to Denver. He must have thought that he went there when Tom Payton got the job. Call a timeout. Let your defense rest up some guys in, and they wouldn't have gotten their late drives like they had. Thanks, guys.
All right. I mean,
they
you only
have needed those timeouts the way the game worked.
Right. Yeah, I didn't have any issues with what they were doing there. And the Saints called a timeout that kind of helped the Jags rest towards the end. Appreciate it, Chris. Thank you. Jason and Indy will get the last word on the phone lines today. What's up, Jason?
Hey, guys, how do we get Logan Cook and McManus in the Pro Bowl? I mean, so Logan Cook, it's not just the fake punt, right? But hitting these 50-yard bombers that are caught on the sidelines, so you're not sacrificing distance. Look how upset that Saints punt returner was when he's throwing the ball up. And that forces returners to maybe take chances they wouldn't because they know they have limited opportunities. So Logan Cook's a stud. And brother from Tom's other mother, McManus, again, no disrespect to the other kickers we've had, but kickers aren't perfect. But when he lines up for 43, you're not worried about it going in. I mean, just smoking the ball. So thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, man. I got to tell you just quickly a little anecdote. Right? My niece is in town. One of my nieces is in town with her boyfriend. Got to meet the boyfriend, right? Mm-hmm. Very nice young man, very respectful, a lot of yes, ma'am, yes, sir kind of stuff out of him. And he goes, I'm a big Saints fan. They're from Louisiana. And I'm like, all right, well, you're not going to be happy this week.
Put this bag over
But he
your
goes,
head.
I do
Just
like the Jags as my second team. My wife goes, well, why is that? That's kind of strange that you picked Jacksonville. He goes, yeah, my mom's got a cousin or whatever who used to kick for him. This guy named Scobie. I'm like, oh, all right. So Scobie's gonna marry into the Dempsey clan. Is what he's gonna do.
Nice.
We're gonna be related one day,
There
Josh.
you go.
I'm not trying to put pressure on you, Katie. You don't have to marry them if you don't want to. If you happen to be listening right now.
That's right.
All right, let's welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet. Tire Outlet is now hiring. Visit TireOutlet.com/careers. Equal opportunity employer.
It's a good day to have a good day, Big Sirs. Victory Friday, man. Can't beat that.
Absolutely. Loving it.
Loving it, baby. How you feeling about this squad right now? I mean, it's not perfect, but, you know.
No, but I like what I see. Absolutely like what I see. Doing this stretch, 4-game winning streak, teams playing well, defense is playing opportunistic, another turnover, pick 6.
And now it sets up, man. You get the rest, you get back on schedule, and then you get the big carrot dangling out in front of you. Beat Pittsburgh, be 6-2, get a whole week off, right? I mean, so and we'll test ourselves against the 49ers after that.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know, they don't even have to think about any of that, though. Go ahead.
You know what? It was nothing better when we played. Remember we had those big games, and Coughlin would come in there and say, "See you Wednesday."
Yes.
Oh man, the "See you Wednesday."
Our
speech
nice.
was so beautiful.
No
That's
doubt.
a big win.
Greatest
no
thing.
doubt.
2 days off.
2 days off.
How'd you feel overall on the O-line? You didn't hear Cam Jordan's name much last night.
Listen, you know
What
what?
do you
To
think?
go on the road, no sacks,
no hits,
no false starts, no holding.
They gave up the lowest pressure rate of any team this year in the NFL. 8.6% pressure rate for the entire Saints defense last night.
Man, that's hard.
It's
on the
impressive.
road, in that crowd, in that dome, with that fast track, with 2 bookends to get after it pretty good. I like what our bookends did.
No doubt.
Listen, it was a one particular time where I saw Anton Harrison unload, put the double barrels on him. I was a proud man when I saw it. He gave him the double barrels right to the chest, man.
Yeah,
I love
baby.
that kind of
I love it.
Well, you know, it's work in progress still, but that's the beauty of it, sirs. There's a lot of improvement that you can see where it can come from still. You're going to get some of your key players healthier. That O-line can continue to gel. The offense will play better. At least they have the pieces to play better. So as long as the defense keeps it up, we're going to win a lot of football games this year.
Listen, we stay healthy, we'll be fine.
All right, what are you guys getting into today?
Jags, baby.
All Jags all the time.
I like the rep of the BC.
I was going to
bro.
say,
You know,
we
flexing,
were thinking of
who y'all
things.
got this week?
G-Tech.
G-Tech?
Yep.
Oh, beat them for us.
I know.
You know, they cost us. Well, we beat us. Well, they beat us, hell. And then we've got Clemson.
Ooh.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them in like
2
forever.
teams going nowhere.
Yeah. Don't be so mean.
You know what? I was.
Well, 3 if I included BC. I was talking about
Flagler.
Clemson and Miami.
Oh, where are you going?
Flagler's undefeated, buddy.
Where are you going?
They never lost. Never lost. I only say this now because I don't think you'll murder me on live radio. All right, sirs. Have a great show today. There you go. XL Primetime coming your way. No dad bods this weekend. Guitar players got the flu.
Yeah,
So.
guitar player came down with the flu, and yeah, but I'm actually I got to go spend time with my mom. She's in the hospital.
And all our best.
Yeah,
her,
thank
man.
you.
We haven't dwelled on that today, but
No,
we
I
know how close you guys are.
Listen, I tell you, this was a nice, deflection of what's going on. So she's stable. She's going to be all right. But it's nice to be here with you boys celebrating.
Yeah, it's great to have you're our brother, man, and your mom's a great lady, and we wish her the best. And you got an amazing family all around, man. So
thanks.
Appreciate it. A lot of love from Jaguar Nation.
Yeah, no
for Tommy
doubt.
Mack.
I know they spread it last night on Twitter, so I appreciate that. Big time.
and deservedly so, man.
Appreciate
so sincerely, and
Yeah,
Tone, enjoy your night off tonight.
Oh yeah, I got a whole weekend off. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Tony's going to watch some playoff baseball because I know how he is, and a lot of football. Me and Pocket's going to stick a tee in the ground tomorrow.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
Nice.
We're going to get after it over at Fleming. Hey, look, if somebody wants to play with us, there's an open 10:42. You're going to have to make the tee time yourself over at Fleming Island. But we got me, Pockets, and my wonderful mother-in-law.
Nice.
The dream team, they call that sometimes, playing. So if you want to stick a tee in the ground and go tee it up with us, you're riding with Pockets tomorrow. 10:42 at Fleming Island.
There
Bumming
you
that
go.
Boosie.
It was open. Bussin' is what we're going to be doing. Come on. I'm still not sure what I'm talking about at all.
That was very mid of you.
I thought so. I clearly thought
Not
so.
us.
We learned some other ones that we're not going to get into either. All right, Pockets, good luck to the Baldwin Indians tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, West Nassau don't know what they're in for tonight.
Redneck football.
Redneck football. It's a redneck bowl. According to Pockets. How would I know? All right. Enjoy, Jag fans, man. Whatever you're going to do. We'll ask you Monday what you did. But
That's right.
It's all beautiful out there. 5-2. We're feeling good. Got a great fan base. Great support. We appreciate everybody who went out there. Appreciate all you callers today on a Victory Friday. We don't get those very often, but that'll do it for us. For Tom McManus and his whole family. For Tony Smith and his family. For Pockets and his family too, and for me
All
and my
families.
family, all the families. We love you, Jag fans, and things are feeling good. Let's hope the roll continues. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you Monday here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today Friday
is brought to you by
CSS Fireplace.